Hey, it's the Rizzuto Show, and we are live. That's right, live. Riz, though, is he's on his way to Jersey, or did he leave yesterday?
He left yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, hopefully he's still going. That'd be a long, fun
It is
trip.
a long, long flight. How's everybody feeling this fine Friday?
I'm amazing.
Dude, so groovy, it's ridiculous.
Good.
What about you? How do you feel?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm exhausted. I could not sleep last night. I was I was too excited to sleep, like that old commercial. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's one of those things that, like, when you're going to host the show, you start thinking like, oh, you know, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah,
maybe
don't
I'll
forget
do this.
Yeah.
And then I'm heading to the studio right after this to sing 3 songs, and I mean, they're done and everything's written and everything, but it's one of those things. I don't know about you guys, but when I get a song in my head at night, it screws my sleep.
Oh yeah.
It's over for me, man. I can't stop thinking of the song, and then I start thinking like, oh man, should I change this lyric, or is this melody good? Or you guys have like music in your head at all times, or is it just me?
I have jingles in my head. Like I've had "Say Pa, GM Country" in my head for like 4 days straight, and I don't know where it came from because it might be the station. I don't know where that advertisement came from, but in my head, that jingle has been rolling. And it sucks because I want it out of my head so badly.
Jingles keep you up, huh?
Yeah.
You ever seen Demolition Man?
No.
In the future, the radio stations will be all the classic jingles. They say the oldie station that Sandra Bullock tunes into is like... Yeah, and it's doing like it's doing Gillette commercials and Oscar Mayer Wiener and all, you know, all the classic jingles. Yeah. I don't know, man. Once I get music in my head, it's just there for
Mexican hat dance for me.
Yeah, that
is the song I feel like is playing in your head at all times.
Good jam, man.
That's the
no, that's the chicken.
That's the chicken dance.
Also,
chicken dance
also a hit song.
Yeah,
I do love that. I did do that in front of my high school in my senior year. I got to perform that live.
You did? Mm-hmm. That's so cool.
What's the Mexican hat dance?
Oh man, now I got the chicken dance in my head.
Is that what you're thinking about?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Or did I just get canceled?
I also get the Entertainment Tonight theme song. Damn it!
Basketball. Any John Tesh hit, it gets up. It's an earworm or whatever they call it.
It really is. Well, here's some brain worms. You just want to start off Friday with some random facts?
Go.
I got some good ones. Car mufflers and firearm silencers. You know, the silencers that go on the end of pistols and things. They were made by the same guy, Hiram Piercy Maxim. What a name. Hiram Percy Maxim. Obviously, he had a problem with loud noises, and he invented both things. Speaking of Maxim, Steak and Shake and Maxim Magazine, both owned by the same company. It's a San Antonio company called Big Laurie Holdings.
2 businesses that are thriving.
Yeah, they're
crushing it.
Is Maxim still a thing?
I don't think they're
Probably online.
No clue.
Maxim. I bet they're out of print.
Yeah, they're
online.
Right.
Like so many magazines.
I mean, Playboy's gone. I would think Maxim would have gone before that.
Yeah.
Magazine. Let's see. You can still go to Maxim.com.
I mean, the news articles were incredible.
That was thriving during the late 90s high school days. It was Maxim and what was the other one?
There were a couple.
FHM.
FHM, that's it.
You can get a print Maxim subscription, or you can do digital.
They're still doing print.
They can still do print. Yeah.
But you remember they were like next to the Wrigley's at Schnucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or whatever grocery store. I feel like they were just always right there. Or maybe it was the Walmarts.
I loved looking through Maxim magazine because I grew up with like Cosmopolitan and Glamour and Teen Vogue and all this stuff.
Reader's
Digest. And I wanted to get in the male mind. And so when my mom and I would be checking out at grocery stores or whatnot, I'd get the Maxim magazine out and try to kind of understand men a little bit more. Did you guys ever do that with the girly mags?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I glanced at a Cosmo a few times. Like, what's going on in here? I almost feel like those magazines were extreme stereotypical versions of each gender.
Yes.
For sure.
100%.
Like, no one actually thinks like Cosmo 24/7, and no dude, well, there's some dudes, but majority of dudes don't think like a Maxim magazine 24 hours a day. But they were like catering to the extreme versions of each other.
Sure.
I would say most 18-year-old dudes.
Yes.
right? I mean,
Yes.
I feel like that's exactly who it was made for.
100%.
Who was so Maxim was for young guys, but GQ was for guys in their 20s.
Modern males.
Yeah,
Modern.
for
I'd say-
businessmen, right?
Yeah,
Kinda?
I'd say 30s and 40s something.
Guys that could afford to watch. That's
yeah,
expensive.
GQ is still killing it, aren't they?
I think so.
They're killing it, yeah.
Yeah.
I still subscribe to Vogue. I get a Vogue every month in the mail.
Whoa, a magazine subscriber. I didn't know I knew any of those.
I'm a 90s girl through and through. I love a
Checks,
magazine. I
the
love
checks and magazines.
Yeah. I love checks.
You get a
We
newspaper too,
yep,
right?
New York Times every Sunday.
This is awesome.
We are 105 years old at our house. I love it. I will never not love just laying on a couch or something and flipping through a magazine and cutting out things that I like. And
I like
making
it
little
too.
collages.
I would never like go on a website and peruse every article. It's kind of nice to flip through.
For sure.
Be like, what's on this page?
I do miss, and the ads used to be pretty creative in those, especially the cologne ads.
Oh, yeah. You just rub them all over your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen my kids react to me reacting to magazines, especially like in the dentist office or the doctor's office.
Oh, the
that's
best.
That's the only time I'll come across them, and I'll it's almost like I found candy. I go ooh, and I pick it up and I start flipping, and they
Right.
always look at me like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you excited? What would be in that that's not on your phone?"
Yeah. It was the original dopamine. Flipping through a magazine.
I just think it's cool. Vogue is still in print as well. I thought Highlights was the only one left.
I used to get that too as a kid.
Occasionally, we get
Good
a Riz Show
articles.
subscription mailed here.
Oh, yeah. St. Louis Magazine.
Yeah, well, there's a few random ones that I don't know how we got signed up for, but it always is exciting to open the mailbox and go, Riz, do you want this? No, man, take that. And then, yeah, you kind of flip through it.
Remember Alive Magazine? That was a local St. Louis publication.
Alive.
Alive Magazine.
gone now?
It's gone. It's been gone for a while. It was great. They used to have fashion shows. They used to go to them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they used to do like the Alive's top 10 of St. Louis. And they'd have these big parties at like vodka bars. It was fun.
Those were fun. I thought that was still going.
It's gone.
That was a good party, those little award things.
Remember your first magazine subscription?
I do. I had two. I had Circus Magazine, which was a rock and roller magazine, I think out of London or something, UK, and Teen Beat.
Teen Beat.
I had like Maynard James Keenan on one wall and Jonathan Taylor Thomas on the other.
Yeah, I got like a free 6-month subscription to This Boy's Life. Or
Boys Life. Boys Life was awesome.
Fun.
That was
like-
Cub Scouting.
Yeah. I don't remember why. It's something with school. And after the 6 months of free, no bueno. Parents were not going to re-up.
Boys Life was awesome. Other than Teen Beat, there was Tiger Beat, right?
Tiger Beat,
Because
yeah.
we were, when the band started
Holds
taking
up.
off, you have those media days, you go through LA, you go through New York, and you're just signed up for 100 things, and you're basically just kind of shoved into one room and then the next office and the next building. And at one point we were doing a photo shoot, and somebody finally asked, like, what's this one for? And they're like, Tiger Beat.
You guys were in Tiger Beat?
Yeah, I guess so.
That is awesome. I would love to have that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was, 2003, 4, 5 era.
No way.
Yeah, and I didn't know what that was. I'd never heard that
You don't
before.
have an
And they're
issue
like,
of that?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I wish I did.
you need to have
That's
that for your
awesome.
memories to give your children.
But is that a kid's one or a teen one?
That was a
It's
teen
like-
one, like like the ladies.
And it young, it's like almost kid into teen,
like
right?
like high school and middle schooler, like hot guys in the media or like rock or
What?
music and movies.
This guy's got frosted tips.
Weird. Yeah.
James
I'm
Vanderbeek.
sure one of us did.
You guys,
Yeah.
right on.
I'd never heard of that one before. I didn't know there were teen magazines out there, really.
For me, the one I had was the Beckett.
Oh, yeah. The
I got
Beckett's.
that every couple weeks
But
or however.
does that
often
count
it
as a magazine?
I don't know. I would read through it like it was.
For those that don't know, a Beckett was
dumb.
basically the up-to-date value score of every single baseball card.
Oh, wow.
It was just a giant index of, what's this Vince Coleman card worth?
Beckett?
Yeah, and it would be
Oh,
like
yeah. The
1991
covers-
Donruss is worth 13 cents right now.
I wonder if I still have those because the covers were always what I loved about it. So they were just kind of nice to sit out. You'd see King Griffey Jr., swinging and looking rad, and you're like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
The funny thing is, I don't know if you could subscribe to those, but we would buy those. And then at one point,
The comic equivalent was Wizard.
they had a Beckett for comics?
Wizard magazine. It would have like, and that was before there was like entertainment news. So you'd find out like the Spawn behind the scenes pictures of the Spawn movie. Like
Yeah.
it was a big deal back then. It'd tell you like what comic books were worth, but also have like feature magazines about like the crappy superhero movies they were making in the 90s, like
Yeah,
straight
right.
to VHS Captain America or whatever would be in there. It was still cool.
or the Spawn movie with Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in that? Did you guys have, growing up in like smaller towns, did you guys have like a comic book store, or a baseball card store?
Yeah.
That kind of shop?
Pogs. They sold Pogs.
Right,
And
yeah.
baseball
They had it
cards
all,
and
yeah.
comics.
So you had like a trend card place.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, we had one that we would ride our bikes up to, and we were in the game. Like we started getting in the game, we buying cards and all that, and then buying Beckett's and figuring out how to sell the more valuable ones back to the shop, right? And then we realized that the money we spent, even just getting the Beckett, we couldn't make back selling these crappy cards back to Shortstop 2 on Watson Road. And we got out of the game, but it was fun while it lasted.
Did you ever go to the one in Shelbina? It was in the back of the family's home.
Oh.
And it was a little shop, and that's where the baseball card shop was. And you'd ride down their driveway, come around, walk up the porch in the back, and go inside. And
That's like
they had,
expert level for pedophiles.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put the baseball card shop in the back of the house.
thankfully, he is
in our van.
he's identical to his dad.
My dad.
Yeah, that guy's mindset and everything.
Watch
he
your
is
mouth.
far from.
My dad doesn't want anything to do with anybody.
I would say I don't think they're either one are sexual beings.
baseball cards? I got a whole freezer full of baseball
There's some of
cards
the
in the
few.
basement.
I think there are too few guys that I know that have never lusted.
Have you seen the new flavor of bubble
Yeah.
tape?
Get away from me, Troy.
You like Flair or Donruss?
Which one was the one that was too big for the cases? The worst one ever. You couldn't put it in the booklets because it was slightly too big.
There's a couple of those that would
I don't know.
they'd roll out every once in a while.
Well, back to the random facts. Alexander Graham Bell coined the term greenhouse effect in 1917, almost 40 years after he invented the telephone.
Wow.
California produces almost 95% of the wine grapes grown in the U.S., and if it were its own country, California would be the fourth biggest wine-producing country in the world, behind France, Italy, and Spain. I found some other random stories that I thought might be interesting for Friday, just throwing them out there. 70% of Ozempic users feel like people are judging them for it.
Yes. Oh, did you see that people are literally losing friendships because of losing weight through Ozempic?
What do you mean?
There was a study done where people who are losing weight from Ozempic, obviously have a confidence boost. Maybe they're getting divorced. Maybe things are happening because of the weight loss.
Oh, right.
And it is like they're studying it that relationships have been strained because people are acting differently once they lose the weight, which
that's
is
cool.
tracks, right?
So it really works. You
confidence.
lose
talked about
weight,
that
you
earlier
lose
this
friends,
week.
you lose
Yeah.
everything.
One side of a couple gets hot, and they get jealous or things get weird.
It's strange.
It's happening in friendships too. Huh?
Yeah, it's happening in friendships. Like people start acting differently and they don't know if it's because of maybe some underlying psychological effect of the drug,
Well,
like serotonin boosts or something
Right,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
or if it is actually just confidence and maybe you've never had that type of confidence before and people are just like done with it. They're like, we don't want to be friends anymore.
I think there's a lot of complex changes going on in the psyche of someone that has any very dramatic body change
Sure.
happen very quickly. I've seen it. I've had friends that have done, not Ozempic, but
Gastric.
the modern day equivalent, whether it was that or the oil drop things or whatever it was. Severe weight loss fast is a huge lifestyle change. And then of course
less huge.
and then of course all the lifestyle change that come along with that. I think it's bound to change a lot of psychological habits, social habits, all sorts of things. And I think most people, how can you be prepared for that?
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it's pretty natural. Hopefully people give themselves some grace in those kind of changes, and it all works out.
There's probably also some friend hierarchy group dynamics at play.
Oh, you think like
You're the fat friend for a long time, and now you're the hot friend, and your hot friend doesn't like it.
right? Yeah.
You know what I
could be.
mean? Like it
I
may
see
not be
that.
all. I don't think it's all on the person.
Who
There's
walked away.
psychological stuff happening for everybody. You know what I mean? Like there's probably like group dynamics where it's like, well, I'm used to being like, I'm the leader. I get the attention when we go out to the bar, and now this person who made you feel better about yourself.
You're
Everybody's.
Duff, designated ugly fat friend.
Oh my God!
That's what it stands
Wow.
for.
Are you serious?
Hold up.
A Duff?
Hold up. That's not me. Listen, my mom's maiden name is Duff, okay? So when that movie came out about the designated ugly fat friend, our family took a hit, okay?
What movie is this?
It's called The Duff.
There's a movie
What?
called The Duff.
Yes.
It is a saying.
Somebody look that
It's
up.
like fupa.
Yeah, it's like fupa.
Can't say that one out loud. I
Was
can't
the
figure
Duff-
that? Can't do that acronym for you. You guys have to look that one up.
Fatter
but-
upper pelvic area,
Oh.
also known as your
Oh.
placenta.
That was nice.
That was nice.
What?
Placenta.
Placenta.
Wait, what was Duff
Brought to you
again?
by-
Designated ugly,
ugly.
fat friend. And I'm sure it was.
smokes.
I'm sure the ladies, we have created that acronym, and I don't stand with it, and I apologize, but it must be said that that's what it stands for.
Wow.
And
Is she right?
and my family, like we have Duffs that we're from Ireland, dude. We got Duffs in our family, and my family hurt. You know.
Oh, actual Duffs.
Yeah. Like
Oh my God,
like,
I thought you were insulting.
we have
some of your-
Duffs. Like all my Hoosier-rific cousins from Centralia are probably loving
That's
this right
the-
now.
I want to be friends
That-
with them.
Yes, they're the best.
The Duff had to be absorbed by the ultimate wingman back in the day. The Duff was always the one interfering at the bar. Mm-hmm. She's not going home with you, buddy. Tell you that right now. I'm like, somebody get on Melissa right now. Doug, get on Melissa. We got to get this. Got to get her out of here. It's like a white rhino charging through the pack.
Yeah, they got like an earpiece in.
Look up that movie. What did it get on the tomatoes?
It got actually pretty good ratings.
The Duff.
They actually wouldn't allow tomatoes. 'cause it's a vegetable.
73%.
73%.
Really?
Cow.
People
But-
were entertained.
The
Who's
medic-
in it?
Was this like around the Shallow Hal and all those
Yeah.
movies?
Like early 2000s.
2015.
Oh, 2015.
2015
I don't know
is
what
yesterday.
day it is.
This is okay. It's got Mae Whitman.
I don't know who that is.
She's from Modern Family.
Okay, I was
She's
gonna
great.
Bella Thorne,
Hot ass Bella Thorne, you guys.
Robbie Amell.
Okay.
Let's see. He's a Mel. Okay.
Who plays the Duff? Man, I always think about that when people do when people go out for movies and stuff, and they're
know.
like the token
Right, like Jack Black.
ugly guy or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of.
Jack Black.
Jack Black, he deserved, like, Kate Winslet's awesome too. But Jack Black always gets kind of thrown into those, like, sidebar guy roles that, like, can't get the hottie.
But do you think he plays into it?
Yeah, I
That's
think
kind of
so.
like his gimmick. You
I
know, he
think-
loves to shake his belly and make
Absolutely.
it goofy.
Yeah, I
and-
think he gets to straddle that. I'm talking about the Marla Hooches of the world,
yeah.
like in A League of Their Own. I remember even as a kid, you hear the Marla Hooch thing, and you know everyone, even the characters, they're all going, "Huh." Like
Right.
you know, John
man.
Lovitz goes, "Huh," like and says something about don't eat the grass. You know, there's just a lot of stuff, and I always thought, man, that gal has an amazing sense of humor,
Right.
and then you think, or maybe they're-
Hatchet Face and Crybaby, like that.
I was
chick-
just going to say that. That's so crazy you just brought that up. I was sitting over here thinking about the girl that played Hatchet Face
Yeah.
and Crybaby, and I'm like,
and they made her look horrendous in that movie. I mean, her name was Hatchet Face in
there's
the.
no vanity in comedy. Sometimes it does hurt underneath. Like, it's the old adage is like you have to look foolish and kind of be self-deprecating and the butt of your own jokes, especially in movies, like comedic actors a lot of times. I mean, Jonah Hill's all screwed up from it.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
He's like, the reason he's so standoffish and lost all that weight and doesn't like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah,
one
look
of
at
the,
Hatchet
one of the
Face.
Hatchet Face.
And look
John
at the,
Waters.
the lipstick. They like put
But
the
I mean,
lipstick all
yeah, they
goofy
also
and-
like painted her up.
Yeah.
Right.
I know,
You know, so
but-
you're kind of like playing into it
Yeah.
then.
She's also standing next to Tracy Lords, who's never looked more damn gorgeous in her life. And dude, watching Crybaby, I wanted to be Tracy Lords so bad. I was like, wow. And then I found out about her like porn history and all that and that whole mess. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Man, speaking of, we were talking about losing weight and all that kind of stuff. Have you guys seen this thing about the cancellation and making things hard to cancel? I mean, Rafe just said, making a fool of yourself. And I've never felt like a bigger fool than when my wife and I were super mad about a price hike on this subscription thing. I called the people and I was like, I'm canceling. Screw this, I'm canceling. And I was on the phone for a while and I come back and she's like, you canceled? And I said, no, I signed up for, they gave us a hell of a deal
Right.
and I increased
I've done
the
that.
coverage and we got another contract for about a year.
Yeah.
We're going to be locked in, but it's a heck of a deal. I've never felt dumber than getting played by the cancellation thing.
Oh, you have to haggle.
You have to haggle, yeah, but I was I wasn't haggling. I was trying to cancel. But they made it so difficult. I had to call and go through three different departments and all that. Well, it's all over the news now. I'm even seeing it up on the TV right now. FTC is finally making it easier to cancel a gym membership, and I think this is going to go into all sorts of things. It's a new click-to-cancel rule that requires businesses to make canceling a subscription just as easy and as simple as signing up.
Great.
Thank God.
Yes.
That's a win for everybody.
That is a huge, huge win. I forget
it's funny it's 24 and we're still not there yet.
Right. Well, that's the loophole. They knew that we are lazy. We don't, if it takes too much effort to cancel, we're going to put it off and put it off and put it off until you finally can't handle it anymore. I did this with SiriusXM. I had SiriusXM for Howard in my car for like years. And I used to call in and haggle and get that ultimate premium plan down to like $7 a month, because normally it's like $40. And I would do that for a couple of years. And then earlier this year, I finally got fed up. And I said, I'm completely canceling. And I had to really stick to my guns on the phone with this guy. But I did it, and got to cancel. But
Because they kept offering what about the super
What about
premium
this?
for $5.99 for the
like,
first 14
What
days?
if we
and
pay
then,
you?
I was like, dude, I've done this for 5 years, $7. I haven't paid full price for anything. And yeah.
Well, they're making it easier. It's a consumer protection something or other.
Nice.
The New York Post says Gen Z is embracing a new trend called glow birding. What do you guys think glow birding is?
Glow birding. Okay, we're having a glow up and we're peacocking. So we're walking. Hey, we look good. We feel good. Jam. I'm walking. That's a glow bird.
I like it. Any guesses, Rafe?
Yeah, I think she nailed it.
James Brown.
That's a glow bird.
Glowbird Gen Z. Let's see. Glowbird. What would it be? Probably something really dumb that I'm going to hate. But maybe
Okay,
not.
boomer.
Yeah, I'm booming out today, dude. But then read it and prove me right.
Glow birding is traveling to warmer climates to work remotely.
Oh, I have a couple of glow
Is
birds
it,
in my
you
life.
say globe
Opposite
or
of
glow?
snow.
Glow birding.
That doesn't bother me.
I like that.
I retract my statement.
Yeah, it needed a name, I suppose. And if it needed a name, then that's not a bad one, I guess. A man in China caught his wife in bed with another man. But then he was almost given prison time for extortion because he accepted the other man's offer to pay him $3,300 as, quote, compensation for sleeping with his wife.
Whoa.
During an appeal, the court heard that it wasn't blackmail, that it was a negotiated settlement. That's wild.
Did you catch another man balls deep in your wife? You may be entitled to justice and compensation.
Up to $3,300 American dollars.
That'd be a cool lawyer commercial. Dial all 6 9s.
A new study says that standing desks
Yeah.
do not reduce the risk of stroke and heart failure.
Damn it.
You're kidding.
There's a lot of people that are standing up going, no, my knees are killing me.
My husband loves those stand-up desks. He's had one here when he worked here, and he actually he bought the desk.
The one that moves?
Yeah, and he took it to his new job, and he loves it. He's always standing around. I like being curled up in a chair. Like, I'm a total cat,
Yeah.
I mean, your iWatch will tell you to stand. I get annoyed.
Tim bought the desk from the office here.
No, he he bought a desk to put on top of the desk here, and he didn't leave it, and he brought it to his new job.
That is amazing.
He had to install it.
What a committed gentleman. Holy
I
cow.
love it.
It's crazy.
A man in Maine broke into a store and stole $1,000 in lottery tickets. Speaking of breaking in or sneaking around, do you guys love the smell of shoes, like new shoes, as much as I do? And I know it's bad for you. You know, they say like new car smell on new shoes. It's like the glue and the rubber and whatever else. And it's probably
laced.
just full of
Carcinogens.
yeah, carcinogens, bad things. Well, do you like the smell of not so new shoes?
Like old haggard shoes?
No, just mean anything. Like, I don't mean like the fully popcorny ones. I don't know if your guys' feet, if they get nasty, they smell like popcorn.
Smell like Fritos?
So,
Oh,
yeah,
like
it's
a dog's,
Fritos. Yes.
like dog's feet?
Yeah, like dog's feet.
That's fungus, right?
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
a bacteria or
Bacteria.
something.
Yeah, I like to go to Goodwill and just smell all the shoes.
I could see you doing that on a nice Saturday.
Well, you and this guy. 'Cause there's a long list of creepy things that an intruder can do in somebody else's home. But this probably isn't one that you would think of.
no.
Okay.
A man in Greece convicted of disturbing his neighbors by repeatedly sneaking into their properties to smell their shoes. The man said he cannot explain his actions, but admitted that he was greatly embarrassed. He had no intention of breaking the law or harming anybody, and the victims confirmed that he has never been aggressive. But he would break in and smell the shoes of entire families. No one in particular, just any shoes that he came across,
Wow.
room to room to room. Unclear how he actually got inside the homes, but he sought out opportunities to smell shoes, even shoes that were left outdoors. He's been given a suspended 1-month sentence and ordered to get therapy. Also read a story
Sneaker.
of a shop in Ohio getting robbed by 3 guys, drunk, walking in, and they were drinking. Like you can see them on camera, drinking on camera. They stole a bunch of clothes and over 100 right shoes.
Oh, just the right ones.
Just the right ones.
The lefts
Heard
were
about
left.
The lefts were left. They got 100 right shoes, costing this guy up to $45,000.
Dang.
His shop just opened in March, and the reason it just opened in March is because his old shop had a car rammed through the window.
He needs to get
Oh
out of
my
the shoe
gosh.
business.
He basically was saying, I think this is it for me in entrepreneurship.
Do you think they did it on purpose though? Left.
Damn.
The universe is giving him the boot, literally. It's like, you don't need to be owning these shops no more.
Yeah, I was bummed for that guy. You guys excited for Halloween?
I am. It is my
Yeah.
season.
I'm pretty stoked, but I mean actually Halloween. Like, are you excited to celebrate Halloween, not just the season?
Yeah, oh, of course. I'm going to be in Chicago for Halloween. For the, we're going up to the Houston Parade
Oh, cool.
and celebrating our 10th anniversary while we're up there. And I love Halloween. It's the best.
I'm looking forward to our party next weekend, the big Ballpark Village shipwrecked Halloween party that we're hosting. Every year it's been more fun than the year before. So I'm excited to do that. I am excited to sit in the driveway with a little fire pit and do the whole Halloween thing.
It's great.
I got my house all decked out, dude.
You
Looks
do
so
already.
Good, Rafe.
Oh yeah, I finished. I finally got all my. I got 10-foot inflatables. Scout like Day of the Dead.
Nice.
It's themed out. I got people walking by in the neighborhood, bringing their little kids down.
So good.
I got the Grim Reaper riding a Harley Davidson on the porch.
Oh, yeah.
It was
That's
a
awesome.
lady brought all her kids down. They're like, "Whoa!" And I'm just like, "Yeah."
Can you share? Do you still have that photo you posted on Instagram?
Yeah.
You should share it on the Riz Show socials because I think people would love to see
I'll
Oh
throw
man,
it up.
I did it again. I even said you did already, and because Halloween sneaked up on me.
Yeah.
Every year it seems to sneak up on me, and maybe that's just because I'm an adult and I'm spinning too many plates, and before you know it, I've missed an anniversary. I'm sorry, babe.
Oh, no.
I
forgive you.
missed our
Oh, yeah,
anniversary a
last
couple
week.
weeks ago. Was it last week? No, it was a couple
2
weeks
weeks
ago.
ago.
Again, this always sneaks up on me. Halloween is now less than 2 weeks away, 13 days. And a new survey asked if we're excited about it, and 23% of Americans say that they're looking forward to it more this year than any other year. 24% say that they're looking forward to it less than any other year, and 53% said their excitement level is the same as usual. Of those who are looking forward to it, 56% say they expect to spend more on Halloween this year. 28% say that they're going to spend about the same, and 10 say they plan on spending less. As for spending on candy, 54% of people say they're going with those mixed mini candy bars. 22% say they'll get the regular sized candy bars, and 10% planning on treating kids with the king sized candy bars.
By the way, the healthiest of the candies you can give out, if you do care about this, which nobody does, I read yesterday, it is peanut M&Ms.
That's the healthiest.
That's the healthiest out of like the actual Halloween
Even with
candy.
the food dyes and stuff?
Yeah, they said it's like for the grams of sugar and the calories and the little bit of protein you're getting from those peanuts. That's the best thing you can be given to kids.
That's wild. I
As
figured
far
it
as,
was
like,
just a
the
chocolate
mainstream.
one because there's no coloring in it.
By the way, I need to issue an official apology, and I might have to actually hand over my Queen of Halloween crown.
Oh, no.
So yesterday we were talking about the Limp Brewery Caverns, and I said, "Oh, I think it's closed," and I was completely mistaken. And this sucks because I've walked through this this haunted house, and it's so freaking cool. I didn't realize it was called the Abyss though, and that was my bad. And so Scary Larry called me. And he said, because of this mistake, I have to now haunt. When I die, I have to actually, my soul is going to have to actually haunt the caverns.
You're now indebted to Scary Larry to haunt.
To haunt the
one
caverns.
of the attractions. For those that don't know, Scary Larry is a local Halloween haunted house purveyor.
Yes.
The guy's got
It's the best.
Yeah, he's got like 4 or 5 of them, including
The darkness.
Abyss.
The Abyss is so that was my bad. And so I just want to say, and by the way, I had my bachelorette party, like one of the stops we did, because I did get married on November 1st. I had my rehearsal dinner on Halloween. So all my girls and my bridal party and all my best friends, I forced them all to go to the darkness and like do all this scary stuff for my bachelorette party. It was incredible. And I love it so much. So Scary Larry, I deeply apologize. And I just want to promote the Limp Haunted House at the historic Limp Brewery is open this Friday and Saturday. So please go underground. It is terrifying. Nobody can hear you scream inside of those caves and caverns at Limp Brewery. Again, it is called The Abyss. You can find everything at limphauntedhouse.com.
Is that the one that you're supposed to like take a red light or some sort of light? You know, like you
You can't take anything in, I don't think.
Okay, you can't take flashlights, but I thought you could do like a red light or something.
Maybe
there's
if you're a
something-
little kid or something, but no, you can't bring anything like that in.
It's extra creepy. And we were talking about, spending more or less this Halloween. I'm like in between zones as far as my kids being down with the haunted houses. My oldest kids, they had like a phase where they wanted to do them all. And then I got my son kind of into it, and I brought him with me to what's the one down in Fenton?
Silo X?
Well, it used to be Silo X. It's where Silo X used to be. It's like Crazy World or something like that.
nice.
It is
Careful.
Yeah.
It's it's open. Whatever it
everything's
is,
open.
whatever it's called, it's freaking incredible. It's the one with like the zombie things, and it's got police lights
This the
going on.
hayride one?
No.
There was one was a
God, there's so
hayride where
many.
you get to shoot them with paintballs for a while.
That's
gosh,
cool.
no.
That went
Yeah,
away.
you're right. Yeah, that was like
Creepy World?
That went
idea.
away.
Creepy World.
Creepy World's great.
There was a cool one for a while, though, where you rode the hay and with like paintball guns, and people would pop out like zombies, and you could pop them with the paintballs. I think that too many people were getting lit up.
Yeah, I think it's
It became a liability. But man, well, cool while it lasted.
Creepy World 44 and 141. And my son went with me, and it is freaking terrifying.
I know.
He lost his brain.
They're all scary.
He lost his mind, man. It was so fun.
It's so good.
He loved it, but it's one of those where he's like, I need to give it a few years.
Mm-hmm.
I need to give it a few years before I'm ready to go fully in. We didn't even go fully in.
I know.
He made it about 40 yards.
I have to go in with people. Like, we go out to some of these events
And
and
you do it by yourself.
Tim always hated it because I'd say, all right, let's pay, $20 or whatever it is to go into one of these haunted houses. And he's like, you don't even see anything. He's like, you got your eyes closed, you're screaming the whole time. Like, he's like, your face is dug into my back. I go, I know, but this is part of the fun for me. I like being scared of dumb stuff and
Yeah.
screaming.
It's fun, man.
It's so much
It's an
fun.
adrenaline rush. And
This is
a good time.
the nice thing is you just know, like, well, they can't.
They can't touch you. They can't.
Yeah, they can't
get
do anything.
you.
So it's like
Yeah.
this is just strictly fun, and it's seeing a movie in real life.
Well, my daughter was a pro. My second daughter, she was absolutely into all of them. Would go to all of them, was rating them and comparing them and all that. And then the one that ended her was the one that they put you in a coffin.
Yeah, oh no.
Where's that?
I don't think it's there anymore, and I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to issue an apology tomorrow.
Oh man,
But it didn't. It ended her, man. Like she
Yeah.
was like, okay, yeah, I have to get out of this, and she said the password and whatever it was, and was let out, and then came back early, and I was in the car. And she's like, and I was like, whoa, what happened? You okay? And she's like, yeah, I think I've done them all.
She's like,
I'm
I'm
tapping
good.
out. I'm tapping
for
out
her.
here, man.
That's great.
Okay.
Anyway, Scary Larry, I will haunt the caverns for you, and you have my still indefinitely. Back to you.
I found a challenge online, and I want to bring it up to you guys, since you started a fight. Start a fight in 5 words or less. You cannot mention politics.
darn it!
I have some great examples, but can you think of a way to start a fight in 5 words or less?
Here it is. I ate all the food.
I ate all the food. Yeah,
Dang it!
that'll do it.
Yep.
You know?
That'll do it.
You come home, dinner is gone. I ate all the food.
That's a good one. How about you're acting like your mom?
That's a good
You're
one.
acting like blank. Anything, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are tacos.
Oh, no.
You guys have any?
Yo, who clogged the toilet?
Okay.
Or
Let's see.
you clogged the toilet, I guess.
How about I wish you were dead?
Whoa.
Yours is the perfect size.
Here's another food-related one. Ketchup on pizza. It's 3 letters, or 3 words. Anything about popular food or beverage being bad, like chocolate is gross, steak is gross, mayonnaise is trash, coffee is nasty. Here's one. Wine is better with ice. Here's one that is going to make this room. Dogs are better than cats. Or
No one's gonna
cats
argue that.
are better than dogs.
Oh.
That didn't trigger Lern. I thought she would get all up
You
in
know, I
this.
hear it so often that I'm like,
Yeah.
What about Star Wars is boring? Or Game of Thrones is stupid? My
Yeah.
my buddy Dave uses that one all the time. Or Shawshank Redemption is overrated.
Disney adults are dumb.
Yes.
I saved you a word, and we've had that ignite the fires here.
Yep. Lern can get in on this one because this one just says Brad Pitt was never hot. Hers would obviously be Tom Brady.
yeah. Tom Brady is very mid.
Whoa.
Whoa.
There you go.
All right, made me mad.
Will Ferrell isn't funny. Mansplaining is valid communication. PCs are better than Macs. Anything about sports teams, the Cardinals suck, the Cowboys suck, nobody cares about hockey, the Yankees suck, those whole things. Anything about bands, the Beatles are overrated.
Oh boy.
Or Dave Grohl is trash. Or
He
I'm
is
not even
kind
gonna
of
say that.
trash, though. I mean, as a Dave Grohl fan and enthusiast, he is trash right now, but I love him still. I
I'd
don't
like
know,
to
it's
interrupt this
complicated.
5-word fight starting segment to just say the paintball zombie shoot is in Millstead, Illinois, and is still very much open.
Thank you.
Just go ahead and
Our souls are gonna
I
be
want to
haunting
go
all
ahead
these
and I will pay. I just go ahead and I'll just admit I'll probably be there this weekend, getting pelted with paintballs as some kind of penance for showering a place in accolades, but being slightly mistaken about their business hours.
beings, dude. We make mistakes.
I don't like your attitude.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Let's see.
It's a compliment sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see. Get your hands off my stuff. You owe me $20.
Will you be joining us?
Try those out at work today.
Start some fights at work, you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Start with the
that's a good
$20
idea.
thing.
Have some fun
It's
today.
Friday,
It's
get it going. That way it hangs over you all weekend.
You guys stressed about anything? I mean, I feel like everybody's just talking about how stressed they are these days. I definitely am.
Yeah, I've got to say, yesterday's super full moon in Aries really affected me. And I know that's very woo woo and nobody's surprised to hear me say this, but I have had a very emotional week. I've been very stressed out. It all culminated like yesterday. I was like rage cleaning my house. My husband got home, and I wish he would have gotten home maybe 15 to 20 minutes later because he walked in right as I was like full in rage mode. And I really feel like it was the superpower of the supermoon. And I also had this orange cat that showed up to my house. And if you follow me at Learn versus Radio, you can see it in my stories on Instagram. And Mr. Gray got into it with this new orange cat that just happened by. And I was like, dude, this is the full moon. Like they were yowling outside of my porch last night. So yeah, I feel like
Yeah, you showed us the video, and it sounded like a movie.
it's terrifying.
They're like, wow.
Yeah, when they start talking, it sounds cute, but that's a fight.
Yeah.
Getting ready. That's the cat
That's the
5-word
5
fight.
letter. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You owe me $20?
Yeah.
They were so cute too.
You're just this group's Duff.
You're just like your You're just like your
You're just like your mom.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we had a Disney haunted noise vinyl thing. You could play haunted noises or whatever, and the cat noises are identical pretty much.
Was it really?
It's like a door that...
It sounds like screaming children in the middle of the night. If you hear like the yells of children, it's probably cats because they make this very terrifying
Well, have you heard of
sound.
Bobcat?
Do you have it on your phone?
Yeah, do you want me to play
Yeah,
it?
play it.
Have you
It's-
heard of Bobcat? Because this sounds like
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah.
lady screaming in the
Yeah,
woods.
we were having a camp out. The band was having like a kumbaya camp out where we were writing songs and hanging. And this is the Greek Fire guys, and we were, I don't know, let's just say participating in something and that you do on a camp out, you know.
Yeah.
And is this the cats?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're yelling at each
Good
other.
song, whatever they're singing.
Well, we had just gotten to the peak of the camp out and heard some sort of howling and screaming. It sounded like a woman screaming for help or something in the woods. So we like kind of went to the edge of the woods, and then we're like, I don't think that's a woman, man. And I don't know what that is. And we were in a confused state of mind. And I was like, yo, I'm going to the tent, guys. I'm calling it. We all went in, and then we were looking up like what animals in Missouri could be making a sound like that. And I think it's bobcat or.
Yeah, it's got to be. They're fun.
Well, back to the stress thing. Some registered dietitians recently broke down a list of foods that may help when you're feeling stressed. And this is the season. This is the season for pumpkin seeds. And apparently pumpkin seeds are high in magnesium, which can help regulate neurotransmitters in the brain that help you calm down. So, hey, pumpkin seeds, man, good use.
Nice.
Tuna and salmon. Tuna is high in vitamins B6 and B12, both of which can play important roles in regulating your mood. Salmon is high in omega-3s, which has also been shown to reduce inflammation and increase serotonin. Orange juice. OJ is high in nutrients like vitamin C. It helps with chronic inflammation. You might want to find 100% orange juice with no added sugar. Otherwise, you're probably doing the opposite. There's a couple things you should try to stay away from when you're feeling stressed. And these are the things that I typically find myself not having control over when I'm feeling stressed, and it's cookies, cake, ice cream, sugary cereals that can all increase the feelings of stress and anxiety, and so can caffeine. So look out there. But I thought that was cool with the pumpkin
So you
seeds.
said tuna eggs? Or what was that? Tuna seeds?
eggs.
Pumpkin seeds, tuna, salmon, and OJ. You were just talking about like decluttering and cleaning out your closet and some different things. I found this. You ever heard of the poop rule?
Yes.
You have?
Yep.
Have you ever implemented the poop rule?
I heard about it this year, and I have
talked about
started
it.
implementing it. Yes.
Really?
You might have been out of town whenever we were
Yeah, you
talking
might have
about
been
it.
out of town. She mentioned this on the air.
So
I found this was amazing.
It is amazing. It's a great theory. If you found, like, I remember I stepped in dog poop in the 90s on my brand new Doc Martens. And I thought, I got to clean this dog poop up and keep these shoes because I loved them so much. So those obviously I wanted to keep. But then if there was like a towel that had dog poop on it, I'm just going to throw that away. I don't even want to deal with cleaning that. And
Yeah, right.
And it's a way for you to decipher. It doesn't have to actually have poop on it, but think about if there is poop on it, would you keep it after it's cleaned? Or would you just throw it out? And that's how you know that you don't really need it anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Threw everything in my refrigerator away because of this rule.
Good.
There's this gal online that said that she heard from a therapist that told an ADHD person that it's going to be a lot easier letting stuff go if you have trouble organizing to pretend that somebody crapped on it.
Yep.
You just visualize human feces on your thing and ask yourself, if there was really poop on this, would I wash it or would I throw it away? If it's something you'd wash and you keep it, if it's something that you wouldn't, you throw it out immediately or donate it and pretend it never had poo on it. It's kind of a grosser version of the spark joy trick from Marie Kondo, but I thought
That's an interesting
That is
idea.
cool.
I thought that was a good one, man, just because we're constantly kind of going through and making the kids get rid of stuff, and sometimes we don't do it as much as we should as far as, adults go. And I thought about it when I was actually showing Lern, because we've not been to one another's homes, but she said she was very fascinated about what people's bedrooms look like. So, of course, I'm like showing her our bedroom, and as I'm doing it, I'm going, oh, ignore that stuff.
Right.
Ignore that stuff. And after the call, like I told Mallory, I was like, we should probably clean out the bedroom a little bit.
My favorite was because you were showing me, because I was fascinated that you had a fireplace in your bedroom. And I was like,
it's
that is
so dumb.
amazing. And so you showed me that, and the best was, then we just decided to do like MTV Cribs for each other on FaceTime. And so you like go by Mallory's cleaning the bathroom, and I was like very jealous of your tub because I have tub rage. And then we're walking me through that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give you a tour of my house. It was excellent. I would love to do that with
That's
all my
awesome.
friends.
It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. It was a surprise for my wife. I don't know if we surprised Tim with that, but
I go, Moon's on the phone. Tim comes running in. He was excited.
all right. Well, let's talk about our hats of the day. I just wanted to give a huge shout out again to everybody that's been helping us support the Riz Show October fundraiser. Obviously, the Hollow Weirdo stickers are back. They're amazing. There's this incredible orange color. These are limited. People always go nuts for these because they are very limited, and they run out pretty quick, and they're kind of a collector's item. So get yours at any of the 14 area Together credit unions. Also, they're going to be down at the zoo today,
Oh, nice.
and if you're down there, they will have an opportunity for you to grab their weirdo stickers as well. You donate $1, and all the proceeds go to help support Cardinal Glennon's Hospital. Of course, the billboard, the Riz Show billboard, is out and about all through October. Rafe just had it out yesterday at Hot Shots.
Yeah, it was great, man. There was a bunch of people came by and signed it last night. Me and Stalter had a stalemate. I tried to arm wrestle him for 3 pick'em weeks. I was like, let's go right now. If I win, we get 3 weeks back.
Nice.
It's a dead heat, 3-3.
Did you
He's stronger than he looks.
Oh, man.
So we're now down 12.
We just were at a complete stalemate for 31 minutes. We both have hemorrhoids,
Great.
but I did not get 3 weeks back for us, but I did try,
Thanks for
guys.
trying, man.
We'll go to the website, 1057thepoint.com, check out the events page, see where the billboard is going to be. Help us, sign it, draw on it, do whatever you want. It's going to be up on a billboard. You'll be able to say, look, I did that. That's very cool. It's all brought to you courtesy of Moritz Royce Jewelry. I will be out at Hot Shots in O'Fallon, Illinois, not Missouri, Illinois, next Friday with it. Who else has got it out in different places?
Tomorrow, I will be at Gabe's in Fairview Heights from noon to 2, and it's the grand opening of that store, and we will have the billboard out with us tomorrow. So come on out and see me.
And I will be at Oktoberfest in Westport from 4 to 6, where it will be making its way from Lern to me to also be signed tomorrow.
Very cool. And, of course, the hats are back. Hats of the Week, just like Jeff did for years while fighting his battle. We are wearing the Hats of the Week this month. My hat is Accredited Roofing. Huge thanks to Accredited Roofing. Woo! Building trust with every roof, excellence, authenticity, and community at the heart of every project. Contact Accredited Roofing today, 618-616-7515. Thank you, Accredited Roofing. Scott, what do you got on today?
Ives Towing, 24/7 tow truck service in southern St. Louis metro area. Emergency towing services and roadside assistance. Call 636-942-9989.
Thank you, Ives. Lern.
Yes, the Bi-State Fire Protection Corporation, protecting lives, safeguarding futures, our fire protection promise. Thanks for donating to Cardinal Glennon.
Thank you, thank you. And Rafe.
EcoFlow Gutter Solutions. Reliable gutter solutions for every home, providing top-notch gutter installation, repair, and cleaning to protect your home from water damage. Call 618-866-5484 or go to ecoflowguttersolutions.com.
Thank you all for helping us support Cardinal Glennon with the man of many hats. Let's do this. All right, and the Team Riz Member of the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Score $1 Hot Shots Tacos when the Blues score 5 or more goals this year. Get in the game at hotshotsnet.com/blues. Sarah Kelly.
What's up,
Yes,
Sarah?
sirrah.
From Waterloo, Illinois, is our Team Riz Member of the Day, this coveted Friday spot. Sarah has been a fan of the Riz Show since 2020. She's even converted her husband into a Riz evangelist. She misses Jeff's spirit very dearly, but also has been a huge fan of the additions of Lern and Rafe to the show. She loves Riz and Moon's constant disagreements. Hey, somebody has to do it. And all of King Scott's one-liners and his lovely hair.
Oh.
She's also a huge admirer of the camaraderie that's shared between the members of the show. Sarah's favorite segments on the show are Matchup with Moon and Craigslist Freak of the Week, and she's ecstatic to finally become a Team Riz member. Welcome to the team, Sarah. Speaking of Freak of the Week, we will have the winner just after the break. And it was a battle of the ladies, two filthy ladies, and one of them will be going to the quarterfinals. We'll get that after the other side. All right, it is Friday, October 18th, 7:03 a.m. Learn what's happening with traffic and weather.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Just have this. It's about 30 minutes in. Westbound 70, stalled vehicle past Florissant Road. The right shoulder is closed. Other than that, things are probably getting congested out there on the roadways like a normal Friday. Your weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your St. Louis weather. The high today will be 71 and sunny. The weekend is going to be just fallish and awesome. Low of 39 tonight, so keep that in mind. Currently, it is 40 degrees at 7:04.
Thank you, Lern. Okay, and now Lern.
Yes. Liam Payne death update. We kind of know more about what exactly happened. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame gets its inductions this weekend. Movie news and a question to ponder before, the break. What would you be buried with? Because I have a list of some famous people and what they were buried with, and it's kind of interesting.
Ooh, that is interesting. All right, crap on celebrities, crappy birthdays, and porno birthday after this.
This is Rizzuto. Not only is he rich, but he also has a lot of money. And he's looking to invest in the next big idea.
Hi, my name is Riz, and I have a lot of money. I mean, almost too much money. So I'm looking to
the men of 105.7 The Point. You listeners out there, it's Friday. You got a big weekend of probably working, side hustles, or maybe you actually do have a weekend off and you will have time to contemplate your health. And I know from experience, I am in a male-dominated industry. I have a ton of dude friends. I am married to a man. And I have a stepfather who, I get it. The male mind, you guys are not thinking about your health at the forefront as much as maybe your lady counterparts. And that's not stereotyping. That's just, honestly, it's just the damn truth. Victory Men's Health is there for you, the man. They want to make sure you are living your most victorious life of all time. And it starts by going to one of their 4 locations, O'Fallon, Missouri, O'Fallon, Illinois, Town and Country, the new location in Sunset Hills. Getting that simple blood test, it's going to take less than an hour. They're going to find out what your goals are because they're going to be unique to you and your needs. And then they're going to help you achieve those goals. It could be as simple as getting the nutrients of vitamins back into your body through an IV or possibly a subscription to their personalized vitamin packs that will be mailed to your house each month. Or maybe there's something hormonally or, sexually happening. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? It's not fun to talk about, I'm sure, but hey, fix the problem, all right? Life's too short. Enjoy your life with Victory Men's Health.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and I got to tell you,
Say it again, but slower.
backstage at Point Fest
At Point
with my
Fest.
dude, grandson.
Woo!
Yeah.
How long's it been since the last Point Fest?
Oh, 2 years almost, probably. A
We
year
are
and a half, for sure.
backstage
And doing it.
at Point Fest, and we're doing it.
and
We're
it's
doing
beautiful.
It. Come rain or come shine.
All right, here, I got a first question to ask of you.
What's up?
Hold on, wait.
All right.
Whoa!
I'm here for an interview with grandson. I have an interview with grandson today.
Oh,
I thought that I got this one. I thought this was my interview with grandson because I thought that you had gotten to interview him before, and I had never gotten the chance to interview him.
My grandson.
You guys had 2 years to figure this out.
We sure
still have
did,
that?
yeah, and we didn't.
It's as if you have a grandson tattoo.
Oh, can we get that? Can we get that zoomed? Look at that. Now that's commitment to the craft.
It is.
Requesting at your local radio station. Okay, you guys.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
So my question: when are you getting your grandson tattooed?
I
That's
don't
the
have any
question.
tattoos at all, man.
I see.
So
We'll
that-
have to change that.
So that's not even like
A lot of tattoos running around backstage at a rock show.
Okay, so that's how it happened. Lux and I had a conversation to where we said, okay, who is going to get to interview grandson this time? And I won this time.
She's won a couple in the past.
Yeah, man.
There's enough of me to go around.
But you're one of those guys that we cannot wait to see you, man.
Thank
like
you, man.
that is one of the highest compliments that we can give you. I am 45 years old. I'm a huge fan of grandson. You call your fans grandkids. What do I call myself? Because I feel like I'm too old to call myself a grandkid.
No, the grandkid knows no age, knows
Okay.
no boundary, gender, ethnicity, love interest. Does not matter. Whoever you are, if you appreciate real music and you feel like you resonate with the truth that I tell and the way I tell it, there's more room for you.
Man, I tell you, and you were one of the first times that I ever heard you. I said, I don't know who this guy is, but I like it and I want more of it. And it's like everything that you're on, you make it better. The
Thank
track
you.
with K-Flay and Ex-Ambassadors, that's a killer song anyway.
Thank you,
Don't get me
thank
wrong,
you.
but that is such an amazing song with each of your different kind of features in there. There's a million things to talk to you about, but I always want to talk about K-Flay whenever I have somebody else
Oh my gosh,
that can
of
have
course. Who
the
doesn't?
mutual appreciation of her. I love her as a person and as an artist, and she just seems to be the kind of artist that people just want to work with because of the kind of human that she is.
There's two kinds of artists, I think, out there. There's the artists that seem larger than life in how they dress and how they conduct themselves. When you meet them, it just feels like you're meeting some mythological being. And then there's the artist who just feels like they could be like your best friend.
Yeah.
There's the artist who comes down and just feels like a peer. That was something I felt like when I met her, like I already knew her, because what you see is what you get. She's honest, she's inquisitive, she's curious, and reflects in her music. So I'm a big fan, and throughout the pandemic, we've become good friends and made a lot of great music together.
The name of your full-length record that you released in December was called Death of an Optimist.
Death of an Optimist, that's right.
And I find myself every day as somebody that is an optimist. I'm a glass half full guy.
That's good.
But holy smokes, every day it seems like there is another kind of challenge of that sort of thing. And this is an honest question. How do you legitimately keep your head above water when, man, you could wake up in a great mood and then you see the news and there's some other backwards ass something or the other happening? I almost fell. And we still have to keep pushing on. How do you handle that?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, and to be candid with you guys, like, I don't all the time, you know, and I've in the past leaned on getting high, I've leaned on all kinds of vices to avoid confronting that reality that, gee, I don't know sometimes. But I think the conclusion that I drew in making this album about optimism, about hope, is that I think bravery and I think courage comes moving in spite of that doubt, in spite of that cynicism that creeps in once in a while, not the absence of it. I think hypothetically, whether you're a kid about to go off to college or you're in a relationship that you need to get out of, you're in some sort of holding pattern that you have to break. I think one way or another, waiting for the perfect moment, you'll spend your whole life waiting on other people's time. You'll spend your whole life waiting for the right opportunity. And I think that if I've learned anything being a musician, being an artist, through my work in activism, you are the perfect person for the job. You have the perfect time, which is right now. And in spite of the things that you're facing, you have to try. You have to kick your feet. You have to keep treading water. And I think that was a thing that it took me a long time to hear, and then an even longer time to believe. But that's what this album was all about.
Man, it's no wonder to me why you have such a rabid fan base. You are just the genuine goods. And I told you this before off camera, but I want to tell it again because everybody knows I like to tell stories about my kids. That's just what I do. I have a 21-year-old son, and I came home the other day from work, and grandson is blaring in my basement as he is getting ready for work. And I'm telling you, man, now listen, and I'm one of those dads that'll cry at a commercial, all right? So I'm a weeper, all right? But it makes me feel so incredible to not only know that he's into music, but he is into music with substance that is saying
So
good
sweet.
things for his head.
Hell yeah,
And
absolutely.
to know that you are delivering that message, I just have to say thank you.
Shouts out Benjamin.
You know, absolutely so.
Thank
Is the best time to buy new windows. It's getting cold. Your heating bills are on the rise. Your house's old and damaged windows are going to let all that heat out and all your money out. You're going to be heating the neighborhood, and your bills are just going to be ridiculous. You probably already know that that's coming. Well, this is a perfect opportunity. Fixing them should be a priority, and this is a great time. Who would I call? Window Nation, because that's who my family has called. My mother-in-law raves and raves and raves. 5-star review about her entire experience with Window Nation. This October, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit on how many you can get, no limit on how much you can save. Plus, you save big with no interest, no payments for 24 months. Why do I like Window Nation? Well, again, my mother-in-law is someone that I fully trust. And not only that, 23,000 over 23,000 5-star reviews on Window Nation, including my mother-in-law's, and another one who says great value, great product, and absolutely great customer service. I'm reading it right here. Hurry, this sale ends October 31st, so act now before the offer ends. WindowNation.com. Don't pay more than you have to for quality windows. Schedule a fast in-home estimate. Just call them at 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION, and tell them Moon sent you. Or go to WindowNation.com.
House of Pain on 105.7 The Point. You are live with Liv, and I am backstage at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater with Breaking Benjamin, getting all of our swears out so we don't do that on the air right now. Gentlemen, how are we?
We're good. Great. It's good to be here.
Good. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. And I'm going to start off by saying something I said to Brent Smith a couple days ago of Shinedown. I'm a fan before, being a DJ and having a cool job. And I'm sure you guys can relate to that too, that you're a fan first with so many of these acts. What does it mean for you guys to be out on the road with Bush?
Happy birthday, Riz.
Wow. I wasn't ready for
Very
that.
sweet.
But what I do like, I love these Halloween re-intro beds. I love this vibe.
Yeah, me too. They
do
sound
too.
nice.
I love this feel. The vibe that I do not love right now is Freak of the Week. Only because we're in full playoff mode, and we're hearing the best of the best or the worst of the worst, if you will. And this week we had some really interesting ones. Will you hand me that those papers back there?
Oh yeah.
We had the Battle of the Ladies. This week was Coma Lisa versus Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh
And
my
it was a good competition, but there was a clear-cut winner. With 23.6%. In second place, we say goodbye to Coma Lisa. Coma Lisa. You guys remember who Coma Lisa was?
Of course. This is the person who's getting surgery, who is going to be in the hospital for a little bit. Wants to take that as an opportunity to get down with some freaky stuff while they're in the hospital bed, and then be very aware of their flaps.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm really happy to say goodbye to this.
Yeah, goodbye. Goodbye, Coma Lisa. You had a great run. But moving on to the quarterfinals.
Coma Lisa lost her smile.
Moving on to the quarterfinals to take on Crawley Shore, November 7th, with 76.4% of your vote.
Strong.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Pimple popper, woman for man, 27 years old, Halifax. I became obsessed with pimple popping videos a few years ago. And it's become my fetish, and I'm looking for someone with severe acne, boils, and blackheads to rail me out while I put the squeeze on you, LOL. The more gnarly and pus-filled, the better. I want to ride you and watch the white little worms squirm out of your lesions. As your pus and gunk oozes and squirts, I will then rub it all over my body. There's just something in the texture that's become my obsession. I want to drain you dry. I will get hornier and hornier as I pop, and as your pustules and papules explode, so will I. I have a looped hollow spooned instrument to pull across your blackheads, and just like a child making brownies, I want to lick this spoon. Yum. I want the filth inside you on me, and I will be your filthy girl in any way you like. Nothing is off limits. No depravity is too wild. This is a two-way street. Serious and extreme acne sufferers, please need only apply kisses.
Congratulations, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yo.
All right, I'm done with that.
It's lovely.
All right,
now.
guys. Yeah, no.
We will be hearing it again.
Well, we'll hear it again November 7th.
The quarterfinals.
Against Crawley Shore. It is October 18th. Today is National No Beard Day. It's also National Chocolate Cupcake Day. And yesterday was the day that I swore that I'm dropping it. I'm dropping 10 pounds by December.
Let's do it.
I'm doing it, dude.
Heck yeah.
So screw you, National Chocolate Cupcake Day.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, don't eat it.
126 years ago on this day in 1898, the American flag was raised in Puerto Rico, symbolizing that, in fact, the troops of the U.S. had seized control of the island. It happened shortly after the official end of the Spanish-American War in December. 57 years ago, 1967, Walt Disney's animated classic, The Jungle Book, was released, featuring Oscar-nominated song The Bare Necessities. 56 years ago, 1968, John Lennon and Yoko Ono busted for pot possession in London after police found him with 219 grains
My
of
goodness.
cannabis resin during a raid on John's apartment, Pass on Grass. 50 years ago, 1974, Al Green was attacked in his bathtub by his ex-girlfriend, who killed herself after first pouring scalding hot grits on his back. She shot herself with his gun. Her death is what led him to turn his back on pop music. 49 years ago, 1975, Paul Simon reunited with Art Garfunkel's Hair on Saturday Night Live. They played My Little Town, their first collaboration since they split up. That was only the second episode of SNL's very first season. 47 years ago, 1977, Reggie Jackson earned the name Mr. October after hitting 3 home runs in Game 6 of the World Series and carrying the Yankees to another title. 36 years ago, 1988, Roseanne debuted on ABC. Between the revival and its original run, ABC got 10 seasons out of it before Roseanne's tweets killed the show, and the studio decided to do The Conners without Roseanne Barr. 29 years ago, 1995, Linda McCartney's veggie burgers were recalled in Britain after the study found that the fat content was closer to 20 and 23% rather than the 11% listed on the package. 28 years ago, 1996, Madonna's newborn daughter, Lourdes, made the Entertainment Weekly list of 101 most powerful people in entertainment. Almost. She was 101.5 on the list. Madonna was 82.
I love that name, Lourdes. I think that's such a cool name.
Lourdes. Lourdes.
Lourdes. Oh, Lourdes Barbara.
Oh, Lord.
This is my daughter, Lourdes.
Lourdes.
Oh, Lourdes.
And 13 years ago in 2011, a British court declared 4 members of UB40 bankrupt.
You be bankrupt.
You bankrupt 40.
UB Chapter 13. UB 13.
And that's what happened back in the day. All right, Lern, what do you got?
All right. Well, I'm going to start things off with an update on Liam Payne. We were talking about it yesterday, how he had fallen from a balcony at his hotel where he was staying. And now there are reports that it was an apparent suicide. Local law enforcement in Argentina now say the fall from his third-floor hotel room was intentional. Police officials with Buenos Aires told the Associated Press that Liam had jumped from the balcony of his room on Wednesday night. And according to the preliminary autopsy issued by the government officials, the fall resulted in multiple injuries, including internal and external hemorrhage. And also the toxicology report is still pending. Now, other reports from the hotel staff overnight had said that he was demolishing his room like Keith Moon style, like the whole hotel room was just destroyed. He was obviously very aggravated, possibly on something, possibly drunk. That's all still being revealed. But if you or somebody you know is struggling in a crisis, I just want to say 988 or 988lifeline.org. We hate seeing any sort of suicide like this in the world, and who knows? But they are saying now that it is an apparent suicide from Liam Payne. It's awful.
Dang it.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation will host its 39th annual induction ceremony tomorrow at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, home of the Hall of Fame and the museum. If you forget, Mary J. Blige is getting in, Cher, Dave Matthews Band, Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, Ozzy Osbourne, A Tribe Called Quest are all among the performers that are being inducted. And the Musical Influence Awards will be going to John Mayall, Big Mama Thornton, and Alexis Corner. Jimmy Buffett, MC5, Dionne Warwick, and Norman Whitfield will all be receiving the Musical Excellence Award, and the Ahmet Ertegun Award will go to Suzanne de Passe, who's a Motown executive. Now, Maynard James Keenan of Tool sat down for an interview, said that he was extremely nervous about performing for Ozzy Osbourne. He essentially says he's having two feelings about it. He says, one, and I think we all feel this way, he wishes that Ozzy himself were in the best shape to perform at the ceremony. Maynard says, I'm having to come in, and a couple of other people are coming in to sing for him, which is depressing to have to sing for him, but that's what we're able to step up and do for him. This induction is so inspiring. I'm glad I got the call. I'm sure a bunch of people got the call, but I think that I responded first. So Maynard's feeling mixed about it, but he's hoping.
Wait, what's he doing?
He's going to be singing for the Ozzy induction tomorrow night at the Rock Hall, alongside all sorts of people. So he's going to be joining Jelly Roll, Billy Idol, Zakk Wylde, Andrew Watt, Steve Stevens, Wolfgang Van Halen, Robert Trujillo, and Chad Smith for the Ozzy part of the induction. That's the actual performance for him. Isn't that crazy that all these guys are together?
Yeah, that is pretty wild. And I forgot that Dave Matthews got in.
I did too. My friend Huck was texting me last night. He and his girlfriend, he's like a huge metalhead, and he's like, I'm so pissed that freaking Dave Matthews is getting inducted. And I'm like, well,
what?
I go, I've had some good times at Dave Matthews Band shows before. He's like, this is ridiculous. And he's like, Prince's band, the Silver Bullet Band should be in before
True that, Huck.
Dave Matthews Band. I was like, dude, I know.
True that, dude.
But also, there's so many A-star or A-listers that are going to be inducting these people. So like Slash, Sammy Hagar, Kelly Clarkson, Demi Lovato, Roger Daltrey, Peter Frampton, Keith Urban, Dua Lipa. There's going to be so many people that are at this induction ceremony tomorrow. We will not see it in its produced form of the Rock Hall induction until like New Year's Day on ABC. But if you do have,
you're kidding me. So this happens tomorrow.
Happens
they tape
tomorrow.
It and we don't see it till New Year's.
You can stream it live on Disney Plus starting at 6 o'clock our time tomorrow. But it's going to be long-winded and not buttoned up. So That's been the thing. They tried to do this on HBO a couple of years ago where they played it live and people were like, oh my God, this is taking forever because they have to switch over the stage and like do all sorts of production to get it set like a normal award show. And I guess they're going to make it into like a 2-hour formatted thing on ABC on New Year's Day. So if you want to see like the raw footage and you have Disney Plus, you should be able to start watching it at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Huh.
I wish I had Disney Plus because I would love to see it, but I don't want to pay for it.
I don't know which one I would find more interesting. I think I would like to see the unedited thing, if anything.
If you have time, it's going to be like 5 hours of sitting there watching crazy stuff go down.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hey, Mariah Carey had a secret grunge album, Someone's Ugly Daughter, that she wrote and recorded in 1995. She says, she was on a podcast, she says, I'm so mad that I haven't released that album yet. It was getting life from a recording of the grunge album in the 90s, and she kind of already did release it. Her former roommate re-recorded the vocals and released it as an LP under the name Chick, but it fell completely under the radar and nobody listened to it. So Mariah Carey making a grunge album.
That's awesome.
I can't wait.
Was it bad? Who's heard this?
Nobody's heard it. Like, it hasn't been released with her vocals.
Of her vocals leaked to her?
No.
Chick.
Wow.
CHICK.
Yep.
Chick.
Chick. But again, this was her roommate singing on it. So it's not Mariah Carey on the one that was released.
Yeah, but you can
Get an
imagine,
idea.
right?
Yeah, look up, so Someone's Ugly Daughter. Look up Someone's Ugly Daughter by the band Chick.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find that. As you look up that, I'm going to say this. So the Warped Tour is returning next year for its 30th anniversary, although in a limited format. We kind of guessed this. Founder Kevin Lyman will stage the tour in just 3 cities for 2 days each. So if you're interested in this, they're going to be at RFK Stadium Festival Grounds in D.C. on June 14th and 15th, Marina Green Park in Long Island Beach in California on June 26th and 27th, and then Warped Tour will then have its third date at Tinker Field in Orlando, Florida, November 15th and 16th.
Dang.
So Warped Tour is back, 3 individual dates in a limited format. We kind of guessed that's
2
what
days.
was going on.
That'll be nice.
Live Nation has been hit with a $5 million lawsuit over the data breach that risked the private info of more than 560 million customers. It took Ticketmaster 2 months to tell us that their contact and payment card info could have been stolen during the data breach anytime between April 2nd and May 18th. You might have noticed that you needed to change your Ticketmaster account password. The hackers group called Shiny Hunters claimed responsibility for the breach, was trying to sell the info on the dark web of all of us concert goers for $500,000. Now, while Ticketmaster says it's offering free credit monitoring through TransUnion for a year, customers are also asked to call 833-505-2930 if any suspicious activity is getting noticed on your Ticketmaster account.
Hey, should we risk this? I
think we should.
Okay, so this is, it just says Chick, Demented. The official video for Demented by Chick, written by Mariah Carey and Clarissa Dane.
Let's hear it. This is grunge Mariah.
Okay, if you insist.
What if it's amazing?
Dude, I hope it is.
Nice to meet you.
Audio? Man, I got
Sounds
nothing.
good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I like it.
Well, that's good. That's what
There
grunge
it
is.
is.
Rain stick.
I'm down. Some music quickies. Today, John Mellencamp is getting honored with a statue at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. Theory of a Dead Man is kicking their tour kickoff here in St. Louis. Richard Patrick of Filter is guest on Health's new track Free to Die, which hit YouTube yesterday. Tomorrow, Eminem is going to perform for the Formula One U.S. Grand Prix in Austin, Texas. Elton John's musical about televangelist Tammy Faye Baker begins its previews on Broadway. And on Sunday, Bruce Springsteen ABC News special Backstage and Backstreets airs, as well as Neil Young's tour documentary Coastal, which will premiere at Woodstock Film Festival. In TV, one of the most anticipated sporting events of the year is getting closer. Netflix released the trailer for the upcoming Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. So that's going to be happening on Netflix on November 15th. You can get a little preview of the two guys finally meeting in the middle of the ring, ready to fight. Joe Francis from Girls Gone Wild, the founder of Girls Gone Wild, says he was beaten and robbed in Mexico. He's been in the hospital that's getting him treated by a guy who's trying to extort him, he says. He says there's a sick person trying to extort him for money in Mexico, threatening to release police photos of him and sensitive information. So Joe's out there telling his own versions of events, but he got his ass kicked and he got robbed. And the mugshot for Joe Francis is pretty brutal. Like, he got beaten.
Man.
Big time.
Didn't he get beat up?
Wait, he got beat up
something?
and he had a mugshot?
Yeah. Well, it's not a mugshot. I'm sorry. It's like him in the photo, like an official photo of his
the
like
hospital
beating.
injuries. Gotcha.
Wild. Macy's announced that 90 years after Mickey Mouse debuted as a massive balloon during the Thanksgiving parade in 1934, Minnie Mouse is finally getting her own 60-foot balloon for the first time. So joining Mickey Mouse,
More
Donald
like
Duck,
Mega Mouse.
and Goofy, it is Minnie Mouse at Macy's Day Parade. And it will be on Peacock Thursday, November 28th, if you love to watch that with your family. Moving into movie news, Disney is developing a Prince Charming movie. I'm actually excited about this. I love when we take things that are taken for granted in cinema and we kind of explore them more. And if you think about it, the princesses are always so focused upon, right? All the princesses get together and there's been things that all the princesses have been combined for, not so much for the Prince Charmings of Disney. And so they're going to be developing a movie about all of the Prince Charmings that we know from Disney. The Wonka filmmaker Paul King, which I love that his last name is King and he's doing a Prince Charming movie, is going to be directing it. So there's no real idea or plot, but it's unclear if it's going to be animated or live action, but I'm excited. I think this will be really cool. What do you guys feel like? You guys are all dudes. You probably didn't identify with Prince Charming like us girls identified with princesses as little girls. Or did you? I don't know.
I honestly never thought about it. Never cared.
Never.
That's so funny.
A good story is a good story. I don't care who's the focal point.
I know, but like when you watch something, or at least I do this, I identify with characters. You know, like in a movie, I'll be like, oh man, out of this, if I were in this movie, I'm most similar to that character. And you watch Disney movies as a child and you're like, oh, I'm Princess Belle or I'm Princess Ariel.
Yeah.
Like you guys didn't watch those movies and identify and be like, oh, there's the guy in the movie. I'm going to be him.
I think I always viewed, I didn't realize it at the time, but it was almost like the one genre where the dude was the token. Like the prince was always just like the token guy in the movie. And
Yeah.
very rarely centered around, it was just like always kind of a generic looking, good looking guy who showed up at the end and was like, hello, I will marry you. And it was like, I never was like, let's do a deep dive on that guy. What's up with him? I just accepted it as like, yeah, that's the way we treat female characters in every other film is the way Disney finally evened the playing field a little bit. And just, they were the token guy that was in the movie. Like I never thought about like, what's Prince Eric's deal? When I watched Little Mermaid, I was like, what's Eric thinking through this whole thing?
What's he been through?
That's interesting. Because like, it's also been stereotypicalized that the men or the Prince Charmings in these Disney movies always save the princesses, right? Like they either kiss her and she wakes up or they find her shoe or, you know, gets her voice back or whatever. That's interesting to hear you think of it as a token when in fact it's like from the female perspective, it was always the fixer of the problem that the female had.
Or the goal.
Or the goal, yeah. Falling in love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. We saw Josh Brolin at the Goonies this past weekend, and he is going to be playing the villain in the Running Man remake that stars Glenn Powell. And so I guess it comes out next November 21st. And no real details, but he's going to be the villain. Dune Prophecy hits Max on November 17th. It's a prequel for Dean Cain. For Dune, you can check that trailer out. And in theaters this weekend, Smile 2 and Goodrich with Michael Keaton. And finally, I asked you guys before the break, if you were going to be buried, what's a token that you would take with you into the afterlife? And I have a list of some people that took some interesting things to the grave with them.
I got a couple good ones.
Yeah, 100% nothing. Well, because like, how's that going to benefit my family? The only thing I'm thinking about post me is my family. So I would say if I was going to be buried with anything, it would be whatever would help my family do it.
Like you wouldn't want a T-shirt or anything that you love?
No.
No?
What am I going to do with this? And now I've taken it from you. You know what I mean? Like that makes no sense to me. I understand how it makes sense for the grieving though, to put something with you and know that item that was connected to you or you're beloved by you is with you. And if I remember right, somebody was buried with a guitar. Was it Dime was buried with Van Halen's guitar?
Yeah, I think so.
Or something like that. You know, like that is a sweet gesture from Eddie. Mm-hmm. And that's an incredible thing. I understand. And it's such a gift because I'm sure Ed knew that had so much value. And he was taking the value from the world and giving it to Dime.
Yeah, it was a really sweet
So
Tribute.
in that sense, I think that's wonderful. But if you're asking me what I would be buried with, bury me naked, because the rest of it's a waste.
Whoa.
What about you, Scott?
Well, two things come to mind. One would be, the bass player of Greek Fire and member of 2SG, Mark Roth. He has a lucky wheat penny. I want to take that.
Okay. Take that to your grave.
Take other people's things.
Yeah, and then your cats. I really like your cats.
You want to be buried with
Yes.
Clover and Willow?
So I think those are the.
You can't have them. They'll be stuffed. They'll be at my house.
That's not bad.
I want. Those
You're not taking my stuff. Scott!
I want to take Moon's favorite guitar and
Yeah.
Rafe's car.
Right. All right. Well, Rafe Williams,
Yeah,
give
my
me
car.
give me a serious thing. Rafe Dean, what are you being buried with?
Well, I'm being shot out of a cannon.
No.
So I have to think about something that's going to be airborne with me.
Okay. What's going airborne with you?
We're doing in the ground.
We're doing in the ground.
Bury me in my 96 Jeep Grand Cherokee instead of a coffin. Just dig a big asshole. Put me in it, dude. Put some Seeger on. First, you got to fix the speakers because I blew them all out. Then you got to put some Seeger on the Beats Bluetooth that I used to put on my console to listen to music when I would drive my car around.
Hoosierific.
And then just lower me in with like a crane and then smash me with one of those car smashers from
From the monster trucks?
Yeah. And other than that, I got a couple of like maybe my. I hate to. Like a ring that my grandpa left me or something like that, but I kind of want to leave that to somebody else too. So it's like I got a couple little keepsakes that I keep above my my little shrine at home that I write underneath, my little creativity shrine. Maybe throw a couple of those in there with me.
Okay.
But
I think whatever you
that's
get,
what I could think of.
if your spouse does put something in a coffin, it's probably that one thing that's always annoyed them. They're like, is it the right time to get rid
get
of
this
that?
coffee cup out of here.
That'll go with him.
Yeah.
That's good.
What about you?
I have this little harmonica necklace it's like my good luck necklace. I'd probably just have that.
Yeah.
And my cats. You can't have my cats. They're coming with me, okay? I'm stuffing them. Well, this is kind of interesting. So Bela Lugosi, he was buried with his Dracula cape. How neat is that? Because he played Dracula.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Bob Marley was buried with a red Gibson Les Paul guitar and a bunch of weed. Andy Warhol, his interview magazines and a bottle of Estee Lauder perfume is what he was buried with. Ronnie Van Zant of Leonard Skinner was buried with a fishing pole and his go-to Texas Hatter's hat.
That's cool.
Elizabeth Taylor, she took her last love letter from her ex-husband, who she divorced twice, Richard Burton, with her. He wrote that letter 3 days before he died in 1984, and she was buried with that. Frank Sinatra was buried with a flask of Jack Daniels, and Humphrey Bogart was buried with a golden whistle charm that he gave to his wife, Lauren Bacall, as a nod to their movie To Have and Have Not. And that is really cool. And those are your craps on celebrities.
Before you do birthdays, it reminded me, and I talked about this every once in a while over the past 11 years of the Riz Show, is one of the coolest coffee table books that I've ever had was a gift from my dad. And it was, it's like a thing of famous last words and like interesting burial things about famous people.
That's neat.
And
Like,
yeah,
uh-oh.
it's really kind of cool. And it talks about people's last words, maybe their last moments if they were interesting, and then where they're buried in. It literally has like the directions of, where to go. And you would think that there's not that many fascinating stories. This book is like this thick and you won't put it down. It's really,
I love that.
It's a cool book.
Tyler Posey is 33. That's Scott McCall on MTV's Teen Wolf. Bristol, the Pistol Palin, is 34. and she will punch a man repeatedly in the face if she has to. Zac Efron and his six-pack abs are 37. Frida Pinto, the horse, is 40. We got Lindsey Vonn is 40. And is it Neo? Is that right? Neo is
singer?
42. That's the R&B singer whose biggest hit is So Sick. All right. Jean-Claude Van Damme is 64. Martina
Not going to work here anymore.
Not going to work here anymore is 68. Chuck Lorre is 72, and that's the creator of 2.5 Men. And let's see here. Pam Dauber is 73. Joe Morton.
Joe Morton.
Yeah, how old do you think Joe Morton is?
I don't even know who the hell Joe
That's
Morton
Arthur Finer
Morton Toe.
on God Friended Me.
Oh, I'm going to say he's 58.
I don't know what you said.
Me
What's happening?
He's
know those
77, whoever this fellow
Oh.
is. And the lovely and most incredible guy on the list today, Mike Ditka, is 85, the greatest mustache in all of football history. Congrats to him.
Thank you.
And today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Sky Black. That's 2 Y's. Sky Black. Today's birthday girl's been in 256 beautiful films, including 11 Herbs and Spices, or 11 Herbs and Spices, if they found 11 dudes named Herb. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Ass Everywhere 1, Badunka Bounce 7, great film. Big Bubba Butts 1, Big PHAT, Apple Bottom Booties 13, Booty Central 2, Ghetto Booty 5, Monster Booty 1 and 2, She Got Ass 8, Thicker Than a Snicker 9.
Wow.
Oh boy.
I like that one.
And who could forget her role in 2005's Damn, She Thick 1. Sky Black is 45 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those were your crappy birthdays. And that was your crap on celebrities.
Thank you very much. You know what? Up next, let's play a simple game. Porn star or weatherman? Weatherman. There are a few ladies involved here, but it's easy. You get 2 out of 3, and you will win your choice of tickets. We have a pair of tickets to see Asking Alexandria Sunday night, October 20th at the pageant. We have a pair of VIP tickets to Ballpark Village Shipwrecked Halloween Party with Us, hosted by the Rizzuto Show next Saturday night, October 26th. A pair of tickets to see Tom Green Friday night, March 21st at the pageant, or a pair of tickets to Godsmack. Give us a call, 314-624-3833. That's 314-NAH-DUDE. We will play Porn Star or Weatherman up next. All right, the time is 7:41. Lern, tell me about the traffic.
It is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Eastbound 70, there's an accident just before 370. The left lane is closed. Stalled vehicle northbound 270 before Gravois. The right shoulder is closed there. Your point weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your St. Louis weather. 71 and sunny today. The weekend looks excellent. 39 is the overnight low, and right now it's 42 at 7:41.
Free stuff up next.
So last time you saw the garage, the place was full of stuff. It was dirty, it was dingy. So this is the inside of the garage. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep some of this structure here and then kind of build around it. And now look.
Heating, cooling, and energy experts. This is who I trust in my home. They have done it all for me, and they can do it for you as well. Save 25% before 2025 and get an additional $4,800 off of a new system when you choose Anton's. That is a huge deal. This is a perfect opportunity to get your home in order. Make sure that you are up to 100% as far as efficiency goes. That is where I started with Anton's. Was the efficiency thing. My house was getting a little bit older. I knew I was losing air, I was losing heat, losing money, and I called Anton's and had them do an energy audit. And I was able to save money immediately with all the different things that they were able to help me change, tips that they gave us on how to make the house more efficient. And you know what? It fixed a lot of troubles, including my son's room that was way too hot. My daughter's room was so cold. My son's room was so hot. Obviously, that is a big symptom of an inefficient home, and Anton's was able to help me fix that. Check them out. Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy Experts. They really do promote world-class service. You've seen those beautiful green trucks and vans out there that say Anton's. They're green on the top and blue on the bottom. Gorgeous. They're warehouses on wheels. Let them help your house. AntonsHVAC.com. Book your service at ANTONSHVAC.com.
All right, we're here at the Burton House in Eureka, and I've been talking on the air about how they want to get rid of this almost 100-foot tree, 110-foot tree, something like that. My tree guy, Tom, he's almost 77. He's cutting the sucker down with our buddy Ryan. And I got my friend Brad over here helping out. So we're hoping it falls that way, and not that way, or that way, or that way. And I asked him, is it going to go that way? And his wisdom was, that's the plan. So we'll see.
Ever found yourself in the middle of your daily deuce and thought, I wish this was funnier? Today's your lucky day. Welcome to the Number 2 Show. I'm your host, Rafe Williams, stand-up comedian, plus-size male model, and co-host of the Rizzuto Show on 105.7 The Point. What is the Number 2 Show? Well, it's me on the toilet talking to you on the toilet, just like it sounds. In each episode, we'll plunge into riveting topics that'll have you rolling in the stall with laughter, so much so that it might freak out whoever's sitting next to you. But I say, hey, lean in and make a friend. Sometimes it's just me. Other times I'll have interviews with special guests. Not now, obviously, dumbass. This is a promo. I'll also have musical performances. Ever heard of tiny desk concerts? How about tiny stall concerts? Like to see those nerds over at NPR try that. Is this a genius idea? I don't want to toot my own horn, but you're goddamn right it is. Enjoy the Number 2 Show. Don't forget to wipe.
So if you change my mind 1,000 times, you better hear them say, yeah, 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 I like it that way. Any man of mine better change their mind. He better squeeze and a please and a
We are backstage at Point Fest, and Kevin from Candlebox joined. How are you, sir? Great to see you, man. Great to see you. So there is so much to talk about with you, and had the great fortune of being a chat with you a few weeks ago. But there's some things that I wanted to talk that we talked about then that I'd like to talk about again today. 25th anniversary of the Candlebox debut. Isn't that an amazing thing at this point? How do you, as the guy that did it and was the key element in this, how do you look back and see the staying power of this thing, because it's still a very relevant record?
I know, it's kind of crazy. I don't know, man. I wake up every day and I pinch myself that I've been fortunate enough to have this career, you know? I mean, it's a wild thing to turn 49 years old and know that I've been doing this for 25 years and that people still listen to the record, and you know, the royalty check comes in every April and every October, and you're just like, wow, this is crazy that this record still sells like it does, you know? I mean, I'm lucky, one of the bands that was able to make money off of albums, you know? So I don't know. It's paid my rent for a long time. I'm very happy about that.
Absolutely. So now let's go back a little bit to the beginning of this ride for you. I would assume at that particular time in Seattle, Washington, there was a feeding frenzy for bands because that first tier had already signed and blown up and all that sort of thing. How did the courting of Candlebox happen, and how did you settle on Maverick with Madonna?
Well, that's an interesting story. Our bass player wasn't 21 when we started the band, so you weren't able to play in the clubs in Seattle. You had to be 21 in order to play in a bar. So we played a lot of like the all-ages festivals or shows around town, or you know, friends' house parties, something like that. So when he did turn 21, June of '92, we were invited to play a showcase last minute for BMI in the city. They asked us to go on at 7 o'clock. Doors were at 6:30. They're like, you got 20 minutes to impress whoever's here. And back then in Seattle, of course, like you said, everybody was looking for another band. Nobody really knew about us because we weren't on the radar yet, other than the friends and family and fans that had found us at other shows. So that really kind of blew it open for us. We were seen by somebody from EMI, and she flew us down to LA. We played in Los Angeles at the Club Lingerie in October of '92. Guy O'Siri stumbled into that show, who of course now manages Madonna, and everybody's got a huge U2. He was the A&R guy. He was an intern at the age of 20 and took us to the label and said, this is the band I want to sign. They flew to Seattle, saw us play a show in Seattle, and that was it. And that was the fall of '92, and we signed that Christmas and made the record in the spring, and it came out July 20th of 1993, so pretty quick.
Unbelievable. That is such a, I mean, was there any time, I mean, I'm sure that there was a lot of enjoyment in that time, obviously, you know, but I mean, when you guys were, when that was...
Guys, it finally happened a couple weeks ago. The Fed lowered their rates. So what does that mean for you? If you've been looking to refinance your house, now is the time to call Kevin Putney at the 123 Mortgage Team. So what is refinancing going to do? Well, you're going to lower your monthly mortgage payments. How about that? Or you could even shorten your loan term. So what we did with Kevin Putney a couple of years ago is we took our 30-year loan down to a 15. So I've already paid the interest off on the house, and now we're just paying it down. And I'm going to pay my house off early, which is unbelievable to even think about. And now that the Fed cut the rates, maybe it's time to buy a new house. Secure your dream home with more affordable financing. It's as easy as 123-314-862-0123. Give Kevin a call and have him put that perfect loan together for you. Kevin Putney, the 123 Mortgage Team, 314-862-0123. Online at 123mortgage.com. Equal housing opportunity, all loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, 123mortgage.com, 314-862-0123.
Hello, this is Emo Phillips, and you're listening to the Rizzuto Show. So don't touch that dial, because it reminds me of my grandmother's left nipple. Happy birthday, Riz.
It is the Riz Show. We are live. Riz is on his way to, I'm sorry, he's already there. He's already in New Jersey.
Lucky.
And but it's okay. We're having a lot of fun today. We have a lot of tickets to blow out from this week as well. A lot of leftovers. A lot of Godsmack leftovers. A pair of tickets to see Asking Alexandria. VIP tickets to Ballpark Village Shipwrecked Halloween Party next week. Hosted by us. Teenage Dirtbags are playing. We're going to have so much fun. We also have a pair of tickets to Tom Green to give out Friday night, March 21st at the pageant. If you want a chance at those, just give us a call, 314-624-3833. The phones are loaded right now, but we are going to blast through these because we have a lot of options for porn star weatherman. But before we get to that, Scott has a correction to make.
Yes, on the Crap on Celebrities birthday list, I forgot a huge celebrity, and I want to apologize. But happy birthday to my wife.
Oh, my
It's her
gosh.
big day.
Wow.
Yes, Allison, happy birthday.
I'm forgetting anniversaries.
Oh, my gosh.
You're missing birthdays.
I had the opportunity of a lifetime, and
Oh,
You are not
blew
getting
it.
dinner tonight.
doggone it, and we're going to have Taco Bell.
Right on.
Nice.
But I won't now, I guess.
Nope.
Well, get on the phones.
Okay. Love you guys. See you later.
Happy birthday, Allison.
She's the best.
She is the best. You're the worst.
And you are the worst.
Who would forget a birthday or an
She's so
anniversary?
beautiful. How do you forget Allison's birthday? Like, she's so gorgeous and sweet.
All right, we're playing Porn Star Weatherman. Rafe is going to read you a list of showbiz personalities, and you just tell us if this person is a porn star or known for being a weather person, man or woman. We'll tell you the channel and the city if they're a weather person. But it's up to you. Let's just go straight to the phones. Best 2 out of 3 win. Let's start with Ed in Winsville. Ed, how you doing, man?
Doing well. Good morning.
Good morning. Are you prepared to play Porn Star Weatherman?
I've been doing a lot of, watching the videos, so yes.
Okay, watching weather videos. Okay, Rafe, take it away.
All right, good luck, my friend. Let's start. Here's the number 1. James Dean.
As a porn star.
As a porn star, very confidently.
Fan of James Dean on the board. All right, you're 1 for 1. Let's try this one. Doug Hill. Doug.
Weatherman.
That is correct.
The man
As easy
who
as
watches
that.
the weather and watches the pornography.
It is as easy as that. Well done, Ed. Let's go to Tiffany in Gerald, Missouri. Tiffany.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you prepared to play porn star or weatherman?
Yes, I am.
All right, take it away, Rafe.
Here we go. Here's your first one. Josh Weston.
That seems too simple to be a porn star, so I'm going to say weatherman.
Wrong. Porn star. Josh Weston, big star, apparently.
Big star.
I'm a big star.
Let's start the comeback. Here we go. Here's your comeback. Brant Miller.
If I go with the way that I was thinking before, to do the opposite, then I'm going to get it wrong, I feel like.
A lot going on in that little brain of yours.
Yeah, it's the hamster's really getting tired out here.
You got this.
Brant Miller. Brant.
Oh, yeah. Brant
Hi,
Miller.
Brant.
Oh, Brant.
Hey, Brant.
I'm going to say porn star since my last one was wrong.
Goodbye, Tiffany.
And
See you later.
Nick in Granite City. How you doing?
Illinois.
Good, Yarnin.
Good morning. Yeah, Brant is a weatherman at NBC in Chicago. All right. Here you go, Nick. Your first feller.
Listen closely. Dylan Dreyer.
Oh, man.
Dylan Dreyer.
I'm going to go with weatherman.
That's right. Dylan Dreyer is a female meteorologist on MSNBC.
That's right. Or just a meteorologist, some people say. Here we go.
Well, I said feller, and I was correcting that.
You're right. No.
Dylan is
I wasn't
an
correcting you.
ambiguous name.
I was correcting society.
Okay.
Here we go, bud. You're 1 for 1. Jeffries.
I'm going to go with weatherman again.
That's it. That's all you needed.
all you needed,
Congratulations. Congratulations, Nick. All right, Ray in Wildwood. Yeah, keep calling. 314-624-3833. If you can't get through right now, just keep going. We got a lot of tickets to give out.
That's right.
All right, Ray in Wildwood, are you prepared?
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Go ahead,
How you doing,
Ray.
Lernie?
Hi.
Let's see what happens.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Garth Algar on the phone. Thank you. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Here we go, pal. Ian Scott.
Hey, weatherman.
Ian Scott, porn star. 2 first names, harder to trust.
Here we go. You got this one. Billy Glide. Billy Glide.
Sounds like a great name.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go with the porn.
The porn.
Billy Glide, the porn.
Show me the porn. I will go with the porn.
All right.
Bring me the porn.
1 for 2. You got to get this one.
This is for all the marbles. Tomas Schaffernacker.
Great weather person name.
Is that your guess? Is that your guess?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. Congratulations, Ray.
Long pause, Paul. No thanks.
Tomas Schaffernaker, a weatherman at the BBC.
Which is also a category on Pornhub. So.
That's right. Zach in Castawissa, it says. Zach.
Good morning.
What's up, man? All right, here we go. Porn star or weatherman?
Matt Kirkwood.
Weatherman.
Nice. Weatherman, NBC Grand Rapids, Michigan. Next.
Tony DiSergio. Tony DiSergio.
Porn star?
We are doing well.
Killing
Congratulations, Zach. Josh and Troy, you're up.
Yo.
Here we go. Porn star or weatherman?
Dennis West.
Weatherman.
Nope. That's maybe the simplest porn star
Dennis.
name I've ever heard. Hi, I'm Dennis West.
Hello.
I feel like there's a lot of directional porn stars. Peter North, Dennis West.
You're right. Maybe
There's a lot
that's
of
what it was.
directional based porn.
That was the era. Hi, I'm Dennis West. I'll be your partner today.
I hang west.
Okay, you got to get this right.
Lee Stone. Lee Stone.
We'll go porn star.
On the board. Close it out right here. 1 for 2.
Eric Stone.
Was it Eric Stone?
Eric Stone.
Stone.
We'll go weatherman.
Eric Stone is a weatherman.
Well played.
Congratulations,
Outstanding.
Josh. Let's throw out some more. Marty in Arnold. Marty,
You're like Oprah.
Morning, guys.
are you ready For porn star or weatherman. Good morning to you as well.
Marty, here's your first one. Evan Stone.
Wow, a lot of stones.
Evan Stone.
Let's go back to porn star.
Let's go back.
Man, everybody's really good at this game today. Next.
Chuck Bell. Chuck Bell.
Chuck Bell's a weatherman.
Feeling it.
Another winner.
I am so impressed.
Okay, last up, we will go to King Stephen in Hazelwood. King Stephen.
What up?
What up?
What's that?
Here we go. Porn star weatherman, last caller.
Luke Magnota.
That's got to be a porn star.
Nice.
Well done.
Yes.
Bring it home. Here you go.
Tate Hansen. Turn your radio down.
Weatherman?
Nope. Tate Hansen is a porn star. Tayte. That may have been a clue, but
What?
it's okay. Just the spelling. I don't know.
I didn't want to spell it out.
Sometimes. All right, 1 for 2. You got to get it here. Last caller, last opportunity.
Oh.
Donnie Cox.
Oh, gosh.
Donnie Cox.
Weatherman.
And with that, King Stephen, you win.
Very good.
Congratulations. All right, I'm happy.
Well done.
I'm happy to cleanse ourselves of the Pono
getting wasted
birthday
tickets.
and the contest for today.
And also with you.
All right, the time is 8:01. We gave out a lot of tickets. I feel good. We made a lot of people's day today. 8:01, Lern, tell me about the traffic and weather.
It is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have a stalled vehicle northbound 270 just before Gravois. The right shoulder is closed, but other than that, looks pretty normal. Your point weather brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your St. Louis weather. Today we'll get up to 71. It's going to be sunny. Great weekend for fall weather, so get out there. 39 tonight, and right now 42 at 8:02.
News up next.
Hey, it's Jeff backstage at Wayback Point Fest in freaking living color. Look at those guys. They're right there. Thank you guys for taking the time to do this. Much appreciated. Let's get this out of the way. I have an amazing story about, and I just told this on the show. I do the morning show. I'm part of the morning show on The Point. A million years ago when you guys were on a tour opening with Rolling Stones. Yeah. Or for Rolling Stones, whatever. Are they closed for you guys is the way I look at it. You guys did the stop at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Yes. 1990, whatever it was, or 80, whatever 89. It was. 89. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm 52. I'm right there. Okay. Right. So my dad was a huge fan of the Rolling Stones. Right. Not in great health at the time. Wasn't walking very well. So I drove him because I'm a fan of you guys, and I was a fan of Rolling Stones.
Inskip Law Firm. Are you prepared for the unexpected? At the Inskip Law Firm, they specialize in crafting personalized estate plans to protect what matters to you. It's the Inskip Law Firm, proud sponsor of the E-memorium, which we'll be hearing later. From wills and trust to healthcare directives, powers of attorney, and more, the experienced team ensures your wishes are clear and legally sound. It's important to have this stuff locked down because you never know what's going to happen, and you don't want to leave your legacy or the guardianship of your children to chance. So call them today for a free consultation and take the first step towards that kind of peace of mind. And between now and October 26th, every estate plan will come with 4 tickets to Glory Pro Wrestling on October 27th at the South Broadway Athletic Club, and vouchers good for 4 sandwiches at Central State Sandwiches, located at 1601 Sublet Avenue on the Hill. That's Second Shift Brewing. I went in there and got some sandwiches from the chef last week. And, dude, that place, I love it. It's so good. So get your life in order. Get your little estate book in order. You get to go see some wrestling, and you get some sandwiches. That's a good deal for anybody. So visit www.inskiplaw.com. That's INSKIPLAW.com, or call 314-818-0344. The Inskip Law Firm, your future, our priority.
It's Donnie Fandango for 105.7 The Point, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Dan Auerbach, the frontman
of the Black Keys. And Dan, we got a lot of stuff to talk about with a single and a new record coming, but I wanted to bring up a couple of things first that you have done in the last year that I just loved. And two of the things specifically, the covers record that the Black Keys did, I just adored because it introduced me to a bunch of songs that I didn't know, and I loved that. And then also, too, I know you produced the Robert Finley record, and I loved that one, too. I didn't know anything about that man until, I saw that you had worked with him. So I just kind of wanted to start things off by saying, man, I really appreciated both of those projects that you were obviously very deeply involved in.
Oh, man, thank you so much. That's great to hear. I mean, Robert Finley's the real deal. He's a Louisiana soul and blues singer, and he's touring. He's going to be touring all year. It's really exciting for him.
I will absolutely see that man. I mean, it was like, because as I'm listening to that record, I'm thinking to myself, why did I not know of this man before? Why do I have to live under a rock? You know what I mean? Like, it was that kind of, why haven't I been able to be a fan of this guy sooner?
Oh, man, he is just like next level. He just like shines on the stage. It's crazy.
Cannot wait. Well, let's get back to Black Keys stuff. And we just got the brand new song from you guys, Wild Child, all right? And I love it. Now, listen, I've always thought that there was a really awesome groove in all of the Black Keys songs for the most part. But this one, I would even consider it funky, as a matter of fact. Would you yourself, the creator of that song, call it funky, sir?
I would definitely call it funky.
Yeah.
Or maybe funky with an O, funky.
Oh, that's even another level. But I do, man, like there is just a little bit of that sort of infusion in there that really, I think, differentiates it. What was this like the first song that was recorded? Was this one of the last ones that was written? How did this come about, when it comes to the rest of the album?
I think the record is pretty varied. There's songs on there that are like the first take, just like super raw. Improvisation, like we just left all the mistakes in there. But Wild Child, we probably took the longest to construct. We had a different chorus, and we ended up going back and changing it. But but at the foundation of the song is just definitely just Pat and I in a room together, improvising, coming up with songs, just like kind of making it up off the top of our heads. But it's funny that you say that. Like, I think this is the first Black Keys song that has wah wah pedal on it.
Oh, wow. See, and I don't have the trained musical ear to pick that out, but that would make sense.
Absolutely. That's so funny that you said that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Because I'm listening to it and I'm thinking to myself, like the first time I heard it, I was like, I'm moving my butt cheeks in a way that, man, it's pretty great. I'm dancing in my chair. I like that I made you laugh, Dan. I really do. So, one of the things that I read too about you and Patrick being back into the studio, the album also too, and I can't forget, is going to be called Dropout Boogie. It'll be out on May the 13th. But I was really interested to see, I'm always fascinated with how bands write their stuff. And what I had read was that, and it kind of, you just said it, is that you and Patrick, you go into the studio, you just kind of, for lack of a better term, you kind of riff off each other and you come up with these songs. You don't go into the studio with anything kind of already etched out. Is that correct?
For the most part, yeah. I just think it's a really important part of who we are, is that improvising, because it's like a natural take, like straight from the gut, and it's like it just highlights the natural connection that we've always had. It's the reason we've been playing the music for so long, 20 plus years. I mean, we started playing when we were 16 and 17, and we kept it up because it was so much fun. It's just always been fun. It's easy, like sometimes it's real work making music with certain people, you know what I mean? But yeah. if you're lucky, like Pat and I were, you could find someone where it's just like instantaneous. You don't even really have to speak or think about it,
That's really amazing, and I think that speaks to the kind of the magic of that musical collaboration. You didn't know that, and again, and I know I saw it in the press release for the single. But like, what are the chances that these two kids from Akron, Ohio, that are going to live a block and a half from each other, or grow up a block and a half from each other, are going to have this kind of this kind of synergy, or whatever you want to call it? It's really pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically talking to a lottery winner. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like to me, The odds are so stacked against it being possible.
Do you think, like, you guys having such a good handle on that, like saying things like that it's a lottery, that maybe that's why you guys, like, I've interviewed you a couple of times, I've interviewed Patrick a couple of times, and there is no ego with you guys. Like, there is none. Like, I feel like you kind of get it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be guys at all that are going to, you know, like, the music business doesn't, you know, whatever. The music business is what it is. You guys are going to be doing the Black Keys no matter what is going on in the music business, I guess.
Absolutely.
Football fans, you want to make Sunday interesting? Want to make Sunday more fun? How about Underdog Fantasy? Last year, over 1 million fans across 33 states joined the game on Underdog. Why? Because Underdog lets you win up to 1,000 times your money by simply picking higher or lower on your favorite player stats. So Sunday, KC at San Francisco, Patrick Mahomes, 239.5 passing yards. Should I go higher or lower? I think I may go lower on that. And then Lamar Jackson, Baltimore and Tampa Bay, 228.5 passing yards, higher or lower? I think I may go higher on that. And then 1.5 touchdowns. I'm going to go higher on that, too. See, it's as simple as that. I've been playing Underdog a lot and doing very well. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward. Signing up even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code RIZ, R-I-Z-Z, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first Cash Champions entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code RIZ, to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 and older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ready to roll? We are backstage at Point Fest. Ladies and gentlemen, Brenton.
And the point. Happy birthday, Riz.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday, Riz. Riz, who is celebrating a birthday of his mother-in-law over in New Jersey this weekend. So he's just taking the day off. He'll be back Monday, full show. It'll be a lot of fun. But we still have a lot to do today, including some news, your Friday fails, and, of course, Rafe's E-memorium. And I got a feeling it's going to be a sassy one. A real good
today.
Sassy.
Real sassy.
I would like to take, if you guys don't mind a minute, I'd like to wish Allison a happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Very good friend of mine, someone whose birthday I would never forget.
Right.
Because she's one of the most amazing women and human beings I've ever met in my life, and I'm lucky to have her in my life.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say that.
I got to
put that out there.
Stop by the dollar store, get some gifts.
And I just want to say that I would love to take her out to dinner sometime.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's looking for a new spouse, I'm here. And you know what? I can. She doesn't have to do the dishes and wash the clothes and all the stuff that, you know, that she's supposed to do.
Who's going to mow
apparently.
my yard if she's...
Well, and she can live with me and have whatever she
worst.
wants. Amen. Thanks.
Bring the cats. All right, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
News is sponsored by
Energy Stars Heating and Cooling. Look to the stars and schedule your fall maintenance today.
I got a couple different types of brands of news, if you will. I want to start with weird news. 23-year-old man recently came to Fortis Hospital, Vasal Kunj. I think that's in India.
Common spelling?
Complained about, common spelling. Complained about stomach problems that he had been experiencing for about 3 days. He was complaining of severe abdominal pain and difficulty in digesting food, which was causing some bloating. He had consumed some street food at a night market a few days prior and suspected that might be the cause of the health problems. Not sure what's going on, though. Doctors decided that the best course of action was to conduct an upper gastrointestinal endoscopy, the old GI endoscopy, a procedure that examines the upper part of the GI tract to hopefully discover the cause of the man's symptoms. What they certainly did not expect to find was a live cockroach chilling in the man's small intestine.
Oh.
What?
They can survive?
Yeah.
I mean, they survive everything.
Quote, for the last 2 to 3 days, the patient was suffering from indigestion and bloating after eating food. It was during routine inspections that we incidentally spotted a live cockroach. Even we were surprised as to how the cockroach managed to remain intact. After discovering the live bug inside the patient's body, the team of doctors decided to remove it using an endoscope with 2 channels, one for air, one for water infusion, and the other for air suction. Quote, we activated the suction button on the scope, effectively sucking the cockroach into the suction channel, leading to its removal of the body and saving the man's life. As for how the 3-centimeter cockroach wound up in the poor man's intestines, the Indian GI speculated, or gastroenterologist speculated that it could have crawled down his throat while he slept, or the man accidentally swallowed it while visiting the night market.
Lucky.
Yeah, that one jumped off the page at me today, as did this one. A judge sentenced a former Chick-fil-A manager at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport to 1 year in prison for embezzling nearly $150,000 from the restaurant. On Tuesday, Timothy Hill Jr. of Woodbury was convicted of 1 count of wire fraud for embezzling more than $144,000 over 13 months. 4 additional counts of wire fraud were dismissed. Hill's prison sentence will be followed by 2 years of supervised release. He's also been ordered to pay nearly $145,000 back in restitution. Now, charges say between September 2022 and October 23, Hill collected cash from the Chick-fil-A and the Setabello Pizzeria at MSP, which are owned by the same company. He pocketed it instead of depositing it in the safety deposit box like he was supposed to. What did he spend the money on? Any guesses? What did Chick-fil-A manager spend $144,000 on?
Ooh, pet snakes. I don't know.
Pet snakes. No, good guess.
Finger crossed. Gay porn.
Gay porn?
Not listed.
Possibly. Well, it wasn't. We don't know, but it was spent on money. I'm sorry, money. It was spent on jewelry, online sports books, and a lot of OnlyFans.
A lot of knitting on there. So
According to court documents, he sent tens of thousands of dollars through Cash App to multiple women who worked at MSP in exchange for personal photographs and videos. Documents say Hill used cash receipts to cover up past thefts and try to insinuate that the deposits were just delayed and not stolen. But yeah, OnlyFans was a big part of where the $144,000 went. Coca-Cola has recalled one of its top-selling zero-sugar drinks after finding it does contain sugar, and a lot of it. The beverage giant issued a recall last month after finding that 13,152 cases of Minute Maid Zero Sugar Lemonade were incorrectly labeled. The sugar-free drink contained 40 grams of sugar per 12-ounce can, the equivalent of 4 Krispy Kreme donuts or a McDonald's McFlurry. This is the same amount that the brand's full sugar lemonade has. According to the FDA alert, the mislabeled product was shipped to retail stores in Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio. So not here. How about some good news? Good news?
Yeah.
We like good news.
I love good news.
Cops in Linwood, New Jersey arrested a DoorDash driver and delivered his last order themselves. Isn't that nice? The customer loved it. They joked that they better give them a 5-star review, and they told the driver that your driver had some issues with his car and maybe some other things going on. Last year, an 11-year-old girl named Rosalie Olson showed up at a city hall in Clearfield, Utah. This girl is 11 years old. She asked for a meeting with the Parks Department. She said a playground near her house is not good for kids under 5 years old. Her little sister could hardly use the thing. She drew a picture of the changes that she would like seen. Well, turned out they couldn't change the park that she was talking about, but they loved the initiative, so they designed a completely new park based on her drawing. And they just had the ribbon cutting last month. How cool is that?
That is really neat.
Yep. 100% chance this becomes a movie. Back in 1999, a guy in Brazil was shot dead at a bar over a $30 debt. Now his killer is finally behind bars. All because the guy's daughter vowed to avenge his death. Her name is Ghislaine Silva de Deus.
She bad time to be named Ghislaine.
Yes. What a very unique name in itself, and it will always have negative connotation because of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff.
Yeah, it sucks. But it sucks even more. She was 10 years old when her dad was murdered. Her killer was originally caught and sentenced in 2013 to 12 years in prison. He was out on parole when appealing it, and then he just vanished, disappeared. She went to school then to become a lawyer, quit her job 2 years ago to become a homicide cop, and 25 years after her dad's death, she caught the guy and made sure she was at the station when they brought him in so she could tell him that she was the one who had completely tracked him down. Pretty cool, huh?
That's wild.
In backdoor news, a study found chronic stress might cause the progression of colorectal cancer. In other words, anything that's a huge pain in the butt could eventually lead to an actual pain in the butt. In nose news, a study found our sense of smell is much faster than originally thought. We can distinguish different odors faster than the blink of an eye. In relationship news, trying to make your partner jealous could actually backfire.
Oh.
A study now finds that seeing you get hit on by somebody else can actually make your partner less attracted to you. So look out. Is this creative high fashion or shrinkflation? One of the supposed new trends we could see in 2025 is one-legged pants. You guys see these?
I'm sorry, what?
One-legged
called a skirt.
pants.
Right?
Good point.
It's called underwear.
One of your legs is covered in a pant leg like usual, and the other is mostly exposed, as if you were wearing a miniskirt or short shorts, but only on one leg. Several fancy fashion companies have had models wearing these on runways, and one even has these pants as part of a collection of workplace women's wear for next spring.
I don't like it.
You know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of basketball players that will have like one compression sleeve all the way down.
Right.
And it looks like they're wearing one-legged pants.
I have a weird time with asymmetric things.
I do too. All my tattoos are nearly symmetrical. I try.
I'm very weird about it. And so I see like the off-the-shoulder shirts. I don't like it. I don't like one-legged pants with the other leg having a short on.
Off-the-shoulder shirts, you mean like the ones that like have one shoulder down and one shoulder up?
If both shoulders are out, great. One shoulder, I can't deal. It's like a weird, obsessive-compulsive thing for me.
Aren't you getting ripped off if you're buying pants and you're only getting one leg?
Yes, you are.
You think so?
I wonder if they're cheaper. I'm sure they're not cheaper. By the way, they're saying that this is very super expensive fashion right now. It's just, you're not going to find it at Old Navy yet. You give your kids all sorts of advice. They don't listen to half of it. A new poll on financial advice found it really is about half. Parents, including people with adult children, say their kids listen to their financial advice about 54% of the time. Not following all of your parents' advice might be a good call, though. Most admitted that they're not too confident in some of the things that they tell their kids. The average parent thinks they give good advice when it comes to budgeting and saving money, but only 41% feel confident talking about credit cards, and just 32% said the same about managing debt. Financing a car, 29%. How to invest, 21%. And advice on retirement plans, only 16%. I mentioned this earlier. The Federal Trade Commission announced steps to make it easier to cancel digital subscriptions.
Yes.
Now, the FTC plans to implement a, quote, final click to cancel rule, which will make it, quote, as easy for consumers to cancel their enrollment as it was to sign up.
It's great.
The FTC chair said too often businesses make people jump through endless hoops just to cancel a subscription. The FTC's rule will end these tricks and traps, saving Americans time and money. Nobody should be stuck paying for services that they no longer want.
Add to that, it said that if you have a complaint, all you got to do is go to ftc.gov/123456785 or 12345. They're making it way easier. It's just so much better.
This is a big thing, I think. The rule is expected to go into effect in the next 6 months. I definitely have been that guy, and I think I'm still suffering from it too. I think I'm still locked into some deal where my wife and I were like, we don't need this. Let's cancel this. And I called to cancel, and 40 minutes later I walked back in. It was just like, well, baby, we got a great deal on this for another 2 years, and they're giving us some more equipment, and it ended up immediately costing us more money because then they had to come like install more equipment or something, and then they left and they said, oh, there's a cable fee, and you bought another one of these, and this has to be upgraded because your system's out of date, and you have to pay for the upgrade.
And our technician looked at that. Oops.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Has the American dream changed? And does this fit your definition of what it is? An annual study by Investopedia found that you now need to earn more than $4.4 million in your life to achieve, quote, the American dream.
Damn.
If you work from 18 to 65, that's an average of $100,000 a year, which is way more than most people make. But they say it's achievable for couples with two incomes. It all depends on what your definition of the American dream is, really. But the one that they used isn't the classic definition. It used to mean that if you worked hard enough, anybody could make it, buy a house, and leave their kids off better than they had it. Investopedia's definition now is more specific. Here are the 8 things that factored in and how they got to $4.4 million.
Okay.
Number 8. I'll go 1 down to 8. 1 is retirement. $1.6 million to save for a comfortable retirement. Owning a home, $930,000 over the course of your life. Raising 2 kids is $832,000, they say. Owning new cars, $811,000, not just any new car, but new ones. Annual vacations, $179,000, but not everybody vacations every year, so that's obviously flexible. A big wedding, they say, averages $44,000, which is insanity. Crazy town. You can save right there. Number 7 is having pets, and they say over a lifetime, between 18 and 65, it'll probably cost you an average of $37,000.
Money well spent, I think. You guys go to like an investment company and or not investments, but like a retirement fund type of, like I go to Edward Jones, and I've been going there, and we have an annual meeting, and it is so much fun to see how much money you're hoping to retire with when you're, I think I'm going to retire when I'm like 67. And it's so neat to see what the projections are. And I think that that's something that we don't talk about enough as young people is get involved with some of these companies that are going to set you up to retire and actually project what you are going to need to do the things that you want to retire. Like the last time I went, like Tim has goals that he wants to be able to donate money whenever he is old and retired. He still wants to be able to donate. He's going to be volunteering. And what I'm doing is I'm saving money. I want to have some parties.
Yeah.
So, this is literally something that I am planning on doing when I'm older. I want to be able to have big gatherings for my family or have a blowout party for Tim, for his 70th or whatever. That is literally baked into the investing into my retirement and savings.
Yeah, so you have a budget.
That I have a budget.
Party budget.
It literally is my party budget. And
That's awesome.
And so it's really cool these days that they can actually project with goals in mind of who you think you're going to be later in life when you luckily get to retire, if you do. And it's not as scary as you may think. And it's actually more obtainable than I think a lot of people know, that you can invest for a really fantastic retirement.
You just have to know how to navigate it.
Yeah, you just have to go and get some information and just start getting a Roth IRA and all that stuff.
I would say seek a professional. We finally went to a financial advisor, and his whole team rules and has made a huge difference in our life.
Yeah.
And I've helped friends go his way as well, and it's been hugely beneficial. But it's just simple math too, and you get somebody that's a pro at the math and can help you talk through it. And they say, "Hey, what are your goals?" And I remember telling him our goals, and he said, "Well, have you thought about this and that?" I said, "Yeah, we'd love to do this, and it was one of those things where he's such a great guy, and he's written books about this and all this, but at the same time, again, it's just math and it's direct. And he goes, "Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that." And, and he's like, "Okay, so you don't have what you would be able. You don't have what it would take to do this, and this. You can do this, or we can move this, or we can change this, or plan for this. But it was a really nice, sobering sort of scenario that I needed 10 years ago. But I'm happy that we found it last year.
For sure. And the coolest part about it is they give you a projection of what you hope to live to, Yeah. Because that's really what it's all about. You may be thinking about, well, I want to retire at this number, but then you got to think, well, how long do I expect myself to live? And I think a lot of us are overly optimistic about, I'm going to make it to 100.
111, buddy.
Mm-hmm. So, by the way, yesterday I was talking to one of my dad's old friends. He and I were just texting, haven't seen him in a million years. His mom celebrated her 107th birthday this past September. This lady looks so good. I don't know anybody that's in their triple digits.
Dang.
And the fact that my dad's good friend, his mom is 107, it blew my mind yesterday.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I saw a lady that was on the socials yesterday, but she's 103 or 104, and she was doing, I think, a minute and a half plank.
That's great.
Holy cow.
Man, you're awesome.
The oldest living lady right now is in Japan. She's 116. And the oldest living American woman is, I believe, 115 and 74 days. And I think she lives in Texas.
Dang.
It's wild.
They're very similar, Japan and Texas.
Oh,
For sure.
Yeah.
Same difference.
I mean, you really can't
They're
tell
blue
anything.
zones.
Everything's bigger in Japan.
Yeah. And that's your news. All right, it's 8:28. Lern, tell me what's happening on the roads.
I'll tell you all about it. It's brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have 270 southbound past Olive. The right lane is blocked due to, I believe, an accident there. Highway K near Mexico Road, Union at Weber. Those from accidents from earlier. And a stalled vehicle possibly still happening westbound 44 before Big Bend. You be careful out there, St. Louis. Your weather today, we will have 72 and sunny skies. Get down to 39 tonight. The weekend is going to be gorgeous. Your Point weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your St. Louis weather. It is 43 right now at 8:29.
Friday fails up next.
Yes, have some. You go.
Hey guys, it's a commercial break. Make sure to like,
subscribe, and share. It's the best way to show your love for the Rizzuto Show.
So cheesy.
All right.
We are backstage at Point Fest with a St. Louis favorite, and the great part about this today is that they're actually going to get to play. Ladies and gentlemen, highly suspect backstage at Point Fest. What's going on? Welcome back. It's wonderful to see you as always. But I would also like to tell you that Natural Born Killer has been one of our favorite songs of the year so far. It sounds great on the air, and it sounds like a great highly suspect song. So let me ask.
Hey, so welcome back to the farm. In the last video, you saw me on the tractor with the brush hog in the field, trying to get everything all good. Kind of a pain. So I called in reinforcements. My friends from McCoy Construction and Forestry, they're here, and they brought toys. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on, Riz?
Chad and Steve and Mike. Okay, so we got some mowers, because I need some help in the field.
Absolutely.
So you guys saw me with the big brush hog, and with the elderberry plants out there, I can't really get close to the plants with that big brush hog.
Sure.
So this is for more of a precision cut.
Yes, absolutely. That allow you to get a little closer to those elderberries. So at this point, this is a bad boy commercial zero-turn machine.
It literally is a bad boy. It says bad boy on it.
And it'll cut a lot of grass in that pasture up there for you. It's a 60-inch cut. Want to hop on and see if you can get this thing going?
I have no idea what to do.
Well, that's the seat. Let's start off by sitting in the seat.
No, I know
there.
I can sit in the seat. I know this is a seat.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to get in the seat.
Yeah.
All right.
Give her a crank.
All right. We've started.
Yeah. Next.
Okay, now.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, what do I do? I put the brake down?
Yep, you got the brake on the left-hand side.
Brake down, okay.
These guys are going to bring into your center, so bring left and right drive tires.
Okay, oh boy.
And now you're able to drive this thing wherever you want.
Now backwards is which way? This way?
Oh yeah, hey, oh, hey.
Look, Chad, I'm doing it!
You're doing it, man, you're doing it.
I'm doing it! Hey, let's do a practice mode before we get out to the field.
Go for it.
Okay. But it's a lot easier. Look at me using the zero turn. I'm going to do another lap.
Woo! Well done, man. Well done.
Is this maybe street legal?
Absolutely. It's a bad boy, remember.
Yeah, this bag could take this bad boy anywhere. So, Chad, what I think we should do is I think you should get on that one, and then let's go down to the field, and we'll mow a row or two.
Sounds good. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey, before we go, damn turkeys are on the way. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Well, I think I won. So both of these zero turns available at McCoy. You got the location in Fenton where you'll find these two, the Bad Boy and the X-Mark, but you got industrial locations too for your industrial stuff.
Absolutely. 8 different locations, but industrial. Fenton, Missouri is where we're going to have all the ag and turf stuff. So, yeah.
All right, well, next time you got to come back and you got to show me how to use the other thing you guys
you
brought.
betcha, the tractor.
The tractor?
Yes.
Damn it. See, I'm not fully a farmer yet. I'm almost there, but I do have to finish my row. So we'll see you next time on the farm. Thank you, McCoy. Thank you, Chad, Mike, and Steve. And I'm going to finish up.
All right, Point Fest 2022. It is Liv, and I am so excited. As you know, this is one of my favorite bands ever. The Struts, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
That was
for
a
being
lovely
here.
introduction.
So
Thank you for having
excited.
us.
So to start, I actually have a prop because I met you guys several years ago. It was backstage at a show, and Luke, you had disappeared for a moment, and I missed an autograph on my favorite piece of merch ever.
Here we go. There's a badge on your bag as well with the Struts on.
So,
Flag.
Ah.
Flag.
if you would be so kind,
Of
my
course.
friend.
Do you have a pen?
I do.
Prepared.
Fantastic. Of course I will. That's been waiting there
Since
in
2019,
anticipation.
it's been on my wall, and I'm like,
Oh, it's a
damn
big
it, I
day.
don't have Luke.
Seize the opportunity.
Exactly. I have you guys hostage, so I kind of had to. Thank you so very much.
Pleasure. I'm sorry I didn't sign it
You
before.
had a show to get ready for. That's
I was
totally
getting
fine.
ready. Oh,
you
that
were.
makes
You
sense.
were. You didn't just like bail on me.
No. Okay.
So we got the Struts here. You guys have a lot of new things going on this year. You got a new label. You got a new logo. You got a new single, which I can only assume is there a new album in the works.
Yeah, we've been well, officially we started working on a new record like in February.
Okay.
And then we've sort of.
I'm talking to you. Have you felt like you lost your edge? If your energy, your focus, or drive isn't what it used to be, it's time to get back on track with Mentality Health. 2 locations, Chesterfield and South County. Mentality Health, your local experts in testosterone replacement therapy. Safe, effective, tailored to your specific needs. Mentality's treatments help you regain energy, boost mental clarity, and enhance your overall performance. From personalized treatment plans to ongoing support, they ensure your journey with Mentality is effective and comfortable. So if you're feeling tired all the time, it might be more than just stress. Low T could be the issue. Struggling to keep off the weight or maintain muscle? Low T could be the culprit. And low T isn't just something that's going to affect your body. It can impact your mind too, leading to irritability and anxiety, even depression. Visit Mentality today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com. Mentality is your first step to reclaiming your vitality. Okay, so Rafe has our official bucket list.
That's right. We've talked about bucket list on here so many times. We thought, and we're getting ready to implement a new. Stay tuned. We have a new contest with punishments coming up, and we thought maybe as a flip side to that, we talk about bucket lists so much that we would instead of just being in competition with each other, we would also have a series of videos where we actually try to help each other check things off our bucket
This
list,
is all
which is a
about
nice thing.
Lifting each other up.
That's right.
To help us check things off our bucket list.
And to soften the blow of the horrible things we're going to do to each other in the other competition.
Yeah, come the fall, which we have a big Rizolympics announcement to make come the fall. Yes, let's lift each other up first.
Yes.
Build up, and then we break down.
That's right.
Okay.
So,
It's
yeah,
like boot
okay.
camp.
So, yeah, I forgot. Eat at Golden Corral was on my bucket list. We'll check that off next week.
That's right.
Next Monday.
Which, by the way, is it Monday or Tuesday?
I think we changed it back to. Did we change it back to Monday?
I'm gonna murder all of you.
Let me check. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's that time. When some idiots, their genius plans went awry. And whatever they had in mind went from brilliant to catastrophic. No! Totally stupid.
They're so dumb.
Dare I say?
Just do it.
Are you coughing?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was kidding.
All right.
Hey, you sounded great, boss.
Thanks, man. Your Friday fails are brought to you by. I really did forget the spiel for a second there. I was like, oh, God, well, I forgot.
I like yours better
I'm
than
glad you
Riz's,
did.
actually. I'm just going to go on record.
It's been a minute.
Your Friday Fails are brought to you by Mort's Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of The Riz Show.
All right, let's kick it off with this lady who was caught trying to sneak a samurai sword in her carry-on bag at New York City's LaGuardia Airport, officials say. The weapon was discovered when the idiot woman was having her luggage screened before a flight on Monday. TSA officers swiftly contacted Port Authority police, who confiscated the enormously large blade. The woman was issued a summons for a court appearance later this year.
Fail.
You can't do that.
Now, if you're dressed as a ninja, can they stop you?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I mean, no.
Okay, that's
This is
what
my athleisure wear.
they wouldn't even see you, I guess.
They wouldn't be able to see you. In October, the time of year when somebody tries to pull this stunt, a driver in Northern California was busted trying to pass off a plastic skeleton as a passenger so they could use the carpool lane. That's something we don't deal with in Missouri, but out there it is serious business. They have the fast lane when it has the big giant diamond in it, and it has kind of different stripes, if you will. Carpool only. You got to have two or more people.
They don't mess around.
They do not.
They love taking pictures of you when you accidentally get in that lane.
A skeleton decoration wasn't even dressed to look like a person. It was just a flat-out skeleton. It did have a ghost mask on its head. The driver was ticketed. It's unclear how much the fine was, but in that area, violating carpool lane rules can result in a minimum fine of $490, and it can be much more if you're a repeat offender, or if there are other violations like you missed your blinker.
Failed.
In a way, this is like somebody breaking into a police station because they left and forgot to lock the front door, only even worse. A 10-month-old state-of-the-art fire station in Germany burned to the ground. Because it caught fire, there weren't any smoke detectors. The city decided not to install fire alarms in the station, and that's apparently no code that's required there, so they can do that. But maybe they just figured it would be okay since there are firefighters around 24/7. That said, it's unclear if there were any firefighters when the fire was started. The inspector was extremely upset about it, told the media, "This is every firefighter's nightmare. No one ever wants to have to put out their own fire station. No, that's not good." Thankfully, nobody injured. The cause hasn't been confirmed, but it might be a battery charger that overheated, started the fire. 170 firefighters fought the blaze. It was enormous. A complete total loss. Damages exceeding $22 million. Mega fail.
Golly.
Failed.
Any word on how affected their chili?
I bet the chili
That's a
burned
good
too.
question, Scott.
Okay.
A fire at a Massachusetts home had displaced 8 people last Friday, it started in an illegal grow room that was packed with hundreds and hundreds of pot plants. Crews responding to a report of a fire at a two-story duplex were greeted by smoke and flames upon arrival and were like, "Whoa, look at the fire, man." Firefighters entered the duplex and knocked the flames down in about 10 minutes, containing the blaze to the second floor. One resident was taken to an area hospital for observation. That resident and 7 others from 2 families were displaced from their homes. Crews at the scene found hundreds of cannabis plants, pesticides, fertilizers, other illicit drugs. Investigators said that they were determined that the most likely cause of the fire was an overloaded power strip that powered lights, fans, and all the other electrical devices. Not immediately clear if any arrests were made. No word on any injuries. Failed. Detectives arrived at an address in the UK with a warrant to arrest a man around 7:30 in the morning last Friday. They arrived, couldn't find anybody in the property except a friendly dog. However, they soon discovered the guy they were looking for had been eluding officers by hiding in the base of a large sofa. Footage from police body cams shows the moment police overturned a gray sofa and found the guy squeezed inside wearing nothing but his underwear.
I am the sofa king.
One officer declared, "Oh, look, he's in the sofa. Out you come." A spokesperson for the Bedfordshire Police said, "We've seen some things in our time, but we must say that this is a first. This morning, while executing a warrant in Potton, we thought there was nothing more to be found in the property, bar a friendly dog. Upon a closer search of the property, officers found the suspect tucked into the base of his sofa. We thought the man would be more comfortable tucked into bed, so he'll be spending the next few hours in a custody cell, a little less of a squeeze." Failed. Many police officers in Florida wear sunglasses to protect their eyes from the sun, but they can also come in handy with this idiot. Okay. Police in Florida called to a report of an explosion and smoke on Monday night. When they got there, they encountered 39-year-old Joseph Morton, who was yelling at them from his backyard. He came out armed with a handheld flamethrower and pointed it right at the police. The cops had their guns drawn, but Joseph would not put the flamethrower down. He was so close to them at one point, the cops just reached out and yanked the flamethrower out of his hands. He retreated to his house, and when he came back, he tried to blind an officer with a flashlight. Joseph was tased, taken into custody, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and resisting an officer. Failed. And finally, 63-year-old Brent Garber, accused of entering private property to cremate his recently deceased dog and ignited what became a 7,200-acre wildfire. Burned for almost 2 weeks and caused $200,000 plus in property damage. Ooh. The Bucktail, Colorado fire was reportedly started the morning of August 1st. The fire quickly spread onto federal government-owned land. It was mapped by aircraft at 111 acres in size an hour and a half after it was reported. It already had grown that much. By 8 p.m., it was 1,760 acres big. First responder who was driving towards the column of smoke that morning saw Brent riding an all-terrain vehicle in the opposite direction. The sheriff's office commander recognized him. Brent, having said days before the fire about his intent to bury his dog on private property, was eventually brought in for questioning. Witnesses said that he was really distraught and confessed to placing the dog in a pit when placing wood inside and lighting the wood on fire. He also told the witness that he threw an aerosol can inside the pit. The can exploded, flew out of the pit, set a tree on fire, which spread to other trees, as retold by the neighbor. The witness said Brent then tried to put the fire out with a shovel, but it was so hot he couldn't get next to it. He then just took off on a four-wheeler. The Bucktail Fire Squad needed 11 aircraft and more than 100 firefighters and support crew members to contain and extinguish the 7,200-acre wildfire. Brent formally charged with 2 felony counts of arson and a trespassing offense.
Wow.
Failed. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's one way to do it, I guess.
And those are your Friday fails stories. Next, it's Rafe's E-memorium, and it's going to be a good one.
It's coming.
He's been real revved up and real sassy all morning, just waiting for this opportunity.
Look at those eyes.
Look at those eyes.
We'll get to it right after the break. It's 8:47. Lern, tell me about the traffic and weather.
It's brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Golden Oak Lending can take your home's equity, convert that into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. On the roadways, we have really nothing to talk about. Stalled vehicle eastbound 270 just before Lindbergh. The right shoulder is closed. But other than that, it's pretty good out there. Your point weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning. More reliable than your St. Louis weather. Today it's going to be 70 51 as the high. Sunny all weekend. 39 overnight. Perfect for bonfires this weekend, by the way. 45 right now. It's 8:48.
E-memorium up next.
Hello, I'm Lefty Borton, here for you, your Valentine's 2016 holiday dating tips. Number 1, fireplaces are great, but don't get too close. Human hair is flammable. Tip number 2, a bearskin rug is romantic. Go with something dark. It'll hide most of the stains.
Victory Men's Health, guys, it's Friday. Take a little money aside and schedule yourself an appointment at Victory Men's Health at victorymenshealth.com. We all go there. In fact, King Scott and his beautiful birthday bride, Allison, are going there today. They're going to get the IV drip in those zero-gravity chairs, get their fluids topped off for what I assume is a wonderful night of consummating their marriage. I don't know what they're up to tonight. I just assume that's why they're going. Maybe I shouldn't put that on them, but I'm just making a suggestion live on the air. That's all I'm doing. But they're going to go there, man. We've done this before. Lern, King Scott, and I went and did this one day and loved it, man. They put you in a zero-gravity chair that massages you. They hook you up to an IV that's filled with all kinds of vitamins and minerals and everything your body needs. Man, they top you off, get you filled up to 100. It's literally the closest thing to like a video game and finding a life pack and having your vital signs go back up to full power. And you can do it too. And there's all kinds of stuff at Victory Men's Health. Not just this, but also customized testosterone therapy. If you're in need of that, they can put you on a vitamin deficiency program. They've got peptides available. They've got ED treatment. They've got weight loss therapy. They've got red light therapy to put collagen back in your skin, roll back the clock on those crow's feet. Whatever you need, they've got something for you, and they're going to be there with you to cheer you on every step of the way because every plan is customized for you. So don't wait. Schedule an appointment today. For more information, go to victorymenshealth.com right now, victorymenshealth.com.
He is kind. He is supple. He is magical. He is stainless. He is sensual. He is raw. He is power. He is limber. He is untouched. He is pure. King Scott Extra Virgin Royal Oil. Maintain your purity.
Joined in the Point Studio now by the mastermind behind Ghost, Tobias Forge. How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you. How do you do?
I'm doing really well. It's an absolute great pleasure to have you here, and the absolute ferocious fan base of Ghost has me completely petrified that I'm going to screw this interview up because they
then don't.
Right. Well, that's the idea. But it's one of those really great things in getting to talk about Ghost right now because you can just feel all the excitement and everything kind of not starting to come together, but just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That has got to be an amazing thing for you to see on your side of things.
Of course it is. I mean, I've done many records in my life that had caused nothing, you know. So it's you never know how many times you will have this feeling. So I'm trying to sort of absorb it and enjoy it whilst it's here, and yeah, no, it's a fantastic feeling.
When I had read, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I had read, kind of when the process and the thought process for this was beginning, that you thought that you would have a certain audience that would dig it, that would enjoy it, and that it might even be kind of like sort of an art thing that you could potentially see at like an art installation. Are you yourself a little surprised that it is grown into what it has become now?
Yes. I mean, obviously, everything is a gradual sort of. These epiphanies of what you can achieve obviously comes gradually, and now obviously I know what took us here, but there was definitely a thousand things that I could never have predicted back in 2008 or 9 or 10 or 11.
Sure.
And so yeah, it's mind blowing, but yeah, I don't know what to say really. I knew I liked it and the material in the beginning and whenever I played it to people, it seemed to have caused a reaction that seemed that indicated that there was definitely a crowd for it.
Absolutely.
But going from there to here, it's a long way to the top.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to specifically seeing you tonight at you guys tonight at Peabody, because the theater is just beautiful. Like it is completely perfect for this type of show. As the shows get bigger, I'm sure the work putting into the show gets greater as well, but the end result has to be unbelievably rewarding when you get a little bit more room and you get more bells and whistles that you can incorporate into the show. It has to be a really great thing to be a part of and see as it goes along.
It is. As a perfectionist, it's also very grueling because everything is a work in progress all the time. And a lot of the things that I have in mind right now are, since we're doing a few arena shows this fall, and that's where we intend to sort of keep it in the future. There's a lot of, moving parts that needs to go. And we just started the album cycle as well. This tour that we're on right now is, technically it's like a pre-album sort of warm-up tour.
Sure.
And, there's still a lot of things in progress. And as a director of all this shit, I see a lot of flaws. I see a lot of things that are not done yet. I won't bore you with that, obviously, but, that's part of being in a movement, I guess, that's going forward and upwards. You constantly what you present is basically something that is in progress, and since I know where we're going,
right,
I'm never fully content with what I see right here, right now. I'm a little bit more like, well, wait till you see the next thing.
Right. So you're just, it's almost like you're kind of continually sort of proving it to yourself, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
We're now doing a lot of the things that I had on the to-do list 10 years ago.
Right. And I heard that you had
Football fans, Week 7 is upon us, and how about making Sunday a bit more interesting with Underdog Fantasy? Over 1 million fans across 33 states join the game on Underdog. Why? Because Underdog lets you win up to 1,000 times your money by simply picking higher or lower. So on Sunday, you got Jaden Daniels, Commanders in Carolina, 1.5 passing touchdowns. I'm going to go higher on that. What's next over here? What am I doing? Joe Burrow. Bengals and Browns, 259.5 passing yards, higher or lower? I'm going to go lower on that one. It's as simple as that. And I've been playing Underdog this whole season and doing quite well. Making picks is straightforward. Signing up even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code RIZZ, R-I-Z-Z, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first Cash Champions entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code RIZZ to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 and older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Everywhere you look at me, you can see I'm in a brace. Yeah, you got a giant halo right there on your face. And every time I look at you, girl, you know it's true. Yeah, you got a giant halo right there on your face. Hello, hi. Howdy. Hello, hi. That was Beyonce's Halo.
Your chair at least stops. Mine just steadily moves. So I could not be facing you by the time this is.
I love you.
Welcome back to the Rizzuto Show. Riz is in Jersey celebrating his his mother-in-law's big birthday bash, but he'll be back. He'll be back on Monday, full show. We're having a lot of fun, though. It's a nice Friday. The weather's going to be gorgeous for the next, 7 days, probably.
It's going to be an awesome weekend.
It's going to be a heck of a weekend. Lots of opportunities to hang out with your favorite Riz Show cast members as well. Don't forget the Hollow Weirdo stickers for the month of October right here, this limited edition orange version, out at Together Credit Unions. You can go by, donate $1, and get one of these bad boys and help support Cardinal Glennon throughout October. Together Credit Union has 14 area locations, so you can walk into any of them. You're close to one right now. They're also going to be down at the zoo today, pretty much all day, and they will have the Hollow Weirdo stickers available down there. And then, of course, we have the Big Riz Show billboard that's out and about. It's going to be making its tour. The next stop, I believe, is this weekend with Lern.
Tomorrow at Gabe's. I'm going to be there from noon to 2, and I would love to see you. It's a grand opening for Gabe's. I've never been to that store before. Maybe you haven't either. And so let's grand open it together, be the welcome wagon, and I'd love to see you.
Very cool. And then I think it's going to be leaving there and going straight to Rafe.
That's right. It's coming over to get drunk at Oktoberfest. 4 to 6, I will be there hosting beer stein competitions and all kinds of crazy stuff for Oktoberfest. They came by and dropped off some beer steins for the group the other day. They're in the office. And you can come by and sign the billboard, hang out with me in Westport.
Yeah, and then the next time I think it will be out is with me, Hot Shots, O'Fallon, Illinois, next Friday, 6 to 8. And then, of course, are we going to have it down at Shipwrecked?
Oh, yeah.
On the 26th?
I believe so.
Are we? I know we're doing something else. We were talking to Matthew yesterday. We may be doing something here in the coming weeks where people can actually come down here after the show.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be pretty sweet.
Okay, we will announce that as soon as we get the details on it then. And then, of course, Ballpark Village, Shipwrecked, the big Halloween party coming up. We are hosting the Rizzuto Show. Teenage Dirtbags are playing. It is next Saturday night, October 26th. Get your tickets now. But without further ado.
Without further to do, it's this week's E-memorium, brought to you by the Inskip Law Firm. Your future, our priority. Those of you who are unfamiliar with the show, every week on Friday I do an E-memorium, which is much like an Oscar's in memoriam with an I, and where we say goodbye to people we pissed off via emails, trolls, messages, comments, Twitter. They're never afraid to come out of the woodwork and tell us what they don't like. And sometimes we're saying goodbye to ourselves. No one is safe on an E-memoriam Friday. But sometimes it's people that have threatened to leave the show and never listen again. Sometimes it's just things we've discovered that we don't like. We're saying bye-bye to them.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, it's always on the table. So let's get started with this week's E-memoriam. First up, America's Big Dip Energy.
Uh-oh.
We found out this week that hummus is the #1 dip in the United States, and what a sad day for America. With guac, queso, dill dip, and for the love of God and country, ranch on the table, the citizens of this great nation chose hummus among us.
It's a Greeky.
It's a Greeky.
Yeah, Greeky.
It's a Greeky. Or you can have my Prairie Farms French onion dip when you pry it from my cold, dead fingers. Bye-bye.
Wow. Dang. I'm with you.
Next up, this is a big one, my bookie ad. Wowee wow. I cut an ad for a sponsor, My Bookie, that has polarized listeners of this show. I sang the ad to parody the famous My Buddy commercial of the 1980s, and while some folks did appreciate the reference, many others did not. Calling the ad, and I quote, obnoxious, infuriating, rage-inducing, and triggering the call of the void to steer their vehicle into oncoming traffic, end quote. Now, a lot of the hate came from how often the ad was playing and the fact that it was interrupting the podcast while someone was talking mid-sentence, which is also something we know is annoying but out of our control. But I am happy to announce today that your voices have been heard and the ad has been removed from rotation, so you won, okay? Because at the end of the day, guys, we love our listeners, and we would never do anything to purposely troll our My Bookie. Wherever I go, they're gonna go My Bookie.
Oh!
My Bookie and me. Hey, this is Ray from The Riz Show, and I want to talk to you about My Bookie. Use promo code RIZZ, and you can get in on the fun. Make your football season a winning season with My Bookie. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere at mybookie.ag. My Bookie and me. Fans, we love our fans. Advertising is just a way for us to finance the show that you've come to know and love, and we appreciate your patience and understanding. We simply can't control that advertisements pop up in the middle of my bookie, wherever I go, they're gonna go my bookie and me. Hey, this is Ray from The Riz Show, and I want to talk to you about my bookie. Use promo code RIZZ, and you can get in on the fun. Make your football season a winning season with my bookie. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere at mybookie.ag. My bookie and me. Sentences and conversations that we might be having. I am so sorry that these brave folks who took the unpopular stand for not liking ads in podcasts they listen to. What a brave bunch of people had to suffer listening to advertisements in the middle of the absolutely free radio broadcast and podcast that they in no way pay for or subsidize. But we have to pay the bills somehow, guys. But I do want to say sorry, and moving forward, my promise and guarantee to you is that my bookie, wherever I go, they're gonna go my bookie and me. Hey, this is Ray from The Riz Show, and I want to talk to you about my bookie. Use promo code RIZZ, and you can get in on the fun. Make your football season a winning season with my bookie. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere at mybookie.ag. My bookie and me. It will never happen again. Once again, our apologies. Bye-bye.
Good job. Round of applause.
Wow. Good luck with the traffic after that.
Yeah.
Good luck with reading the traffic. There's been there's a 9-car pile up.
Dead. Yep.
Next up, the Queen of Halloween.
Oh, man.
The Queen is dead. Long live the King. Lern. Queen of Halloween had to issue an apology. Or chose to issue an apology would be a better way to say it. After Scary Larry from the darkness brought the full weight and breadth of a local haunted house owner down upon her crown. And in true haunted house fashion, hell followed with him. The Queen of Halloween is now among the damned who must haunt the abyss, which we would like to reiterate is very much open.
It's so open, you guys.
It's open. Go there now. It's open. Bye-bye.
It's scary as hell. Larry, I love you.
Bye-bye,
Here's
Larry.
my soul.
Next up, the LA Dodgers ding-dong bulge bumps. The Dodgers introduced a new celebration that America has rejected wholeheartedly during the playoffs this year by slamming their junk together in an aggressive pelvic thrust after hitting home runs. Yucky. I haven't seen a baseball-related crotch misstep this bad since my Little League coach sent our team out to pee in the woods before a game in 1989, and my friends Chris and Matt touched their wiener tips together and said, "Look, guys, they're kissing." And it took Matt and Chris 9 years to live that down, and they didn't do it on national television. So Dodgers, cut it out. Bye-bye. And finally, this is an actual sad one. My dog Simba.
What?
It was a tough week this week at the Williams household as we had to say goodbye to Simba, one of our family pets. Simba, a.k.a. Simbaroni, a.k.a. Simbaruski, a.k.a. Scary Goldman, a.k.a. Idiot Boy. Shuffled off the mortal coil after 13 years of dedicated companionship. He was a loyal friend, but a controversial and enigmatic figure in our backyard where he was beloved in some circles and feared in others. He was at times a walking contradiction. While we knew him as the harmless, lovable lunkhead or the gentle giant, he was a man steeped in duality. For small woodland creatures knew him by a very different name. The scourge of squirrels, the bane of birds, the reaper of rabbits, and a man always down with OPP, obliterating pesky possums. Simba was a loyal keeper of the fence, a watcher of the wall, and now his watch has ended.
That's awful.
He is survived by his eldest brother, Bocephus Merle Haggard Williams, his lamb chop chew toy, and that one little bastard squirrel that was just a half step faster than him running along the top of that fence. You were a good boy. We loved you very much, and your hips gave out long before your heart did. We'll miss you, bud, and the squirrels in heaven don't stand a chance. It's a tearful bye-bye coming from Miami Street, because we lost a good boy. And
R.I.P. Simba.
R.I.P.
Sorry,
Simba,
man, I
baby.
didn't know that.
We all know how it is, man. Yeah, I didn't.
And love to Tina. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's having a rough time with it, but we're getting through. It sucks losing a pet. We get a lot of emails about it. It was a tough thing and a tough decision to come to, but it happens. I just wanted to give him a good send-off. We love you, bud. See you up there one day. And now on to the real RIPs. We lost a good one this week. Actor, director, and comedian. My bookie, wherever I go, they're gonna go. My bookie, and me. Hey, this is Ray from The Riz Show, and I want to talk to you about My Bookie. Use promo code RIZZ, and you can get in on the fun. Make your football season a winning season with My Bookie. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere at mybookie.ag. My Bookie and me. He will be missed. And finally, Liam Payne of One Direction. We talked about it in Crap on Celebrities. Terrible tragedy. He passed away from an apparent suicide at a very young age this week. And that concludes this week's E-memorium, brought to you by Inskip Law Firm. Your future, our priority.
Thank you, Ray.
Great job, man. R.I.P. Simba.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Good
bummer,
boy.
Dude. Such a bummer.
Big bummer, yep.
All right. Well, how am I supposed to come out of a goddamn up-tempo record into a dog dying?
Yeah.
Right. Casey Kasem.
My buddy and me.
It's 9:10. Here's traffic and weather.
Golden Oak Lending sponsors it. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Eastbound 44 at Pacific, the left lane is closed. Left shoulder is closed too. Southbound 270 just past Olive. All lanes are open, but there is a crash, so be careful. Your point weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your St. Louis weather. We'll get up to 71 today. Sunny skies. Great weekend for hay rides, bonfires, go into the darkness and the abyss, whatever you want to do this weekend. 45 right now. It's 9:10.
My bookie, wherever I go, they're gonna go. My bookie, and me. Hey, this is Ray from The Riz Show, and I want to talk to you about My Bookie. Use promo code RIZZ, and you can get in on the fun. Make your football season a winning season with My Bookie. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere at mybookie.ag. My Bookie and me.
It's a nerve-wracking day. Why? You guys and Queens of the Stone Age, back-to-back interviews. I'm already a high-strung person. Whew. I can't wait to have a beer when this is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
You don't need to worry about us.
Well, yeah, but I do though, because see, here's where the rub is with me and bands that I really like. If it's a band that I'm about, I can power right through. Mm-hmm. But then when it's a band that I really dig, then there's a bit of that fanboy stuff that starts popping out, and that's what I'm trying to control. So here, I'm bringing it down. I'm going to do my best professional interview as I.
You're doing very well so far.
Together we can all do this.
We can all do this. So I had the fortune of seeing you guys on Saturday. I was in Austin at ACL. And I want to talk about this. I got to talk about this.
Right.
Because I know you guys had troubles. I guess it was with pedals.
With cables and amps weren't turning on, basically, yeah.
But from where I was standing and watching from my vantage point, it was a flipping phenomenal show. Like, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh, thanks.
So when you are, a few days away from that, this kind of already answered my question with your facial expressions, but do you look back at that and go, whew, I can't wait for this weekend and us able to do it again? Or do you go back and go, you know what, this song was messed up, but we powered through for the rest?
I kind of, when stuff goes wrong and breaks, I almost feel like, I'm almost like, see, it can go wrong. And what we do is real,
Sure.
We don't play to a backing track or a click, and we just plug in and go. And when that breaks, it's proof that that we are taking some element, some sort of a risk up there.
Yeah.
And also, I think as well, when stuff goes wrong, it forces you to go in a different direction, and you have to dig from somewhere else that you didn't think you were going to have to. So I think in the case of ACL, like part of me was like incredibly frustrated because people would come to see us and shit was breaking, but on the other hand, the songs that we did manage to make stuff work for, I felt like I had this kind of whole new energy to them.
Absolutely,
it's exciting. It's like you want to see people on the cusp of losing their minds, which I certainly was at the time.
I saw a band once kick over a whole entire amp bed, or amp rack thing, and it was one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. Like, that's the only time I've ever seen anything destroyed on stage. I got to say, I was kind of hoping for that with you guys too, just because.
He threw the amps over.
Oh, you did? Well, so I didn't see that particular part of it then.
Yeah, I was pissed off.
Okay, well, see, I shouldn't make light of that. I apologize.
Well, no, it was in hindsight very funny.
Did you guys bowl in Kansas City last night?
Yes.
How'd you do?
Actually quite good. We were really drunk.
That helps your bowling game.
And, well, it did, I think. Well,
pretty good scores.
We did.
Well, do you remember?
I remember I came third and first. We played 2 games.
Well, averaging of like 4 strikes a
4 strikes a game.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Didn't get any spares, but
no,
I got a lot of strikes.
Yeah. Which is better.
Legitimately one of the most frustrating games I think that you can play, because to me, I look at it and go, this is easy. I can do this. And then you start and you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah. You either have it or you don't, I think.
Yeah.
You either have a terrible game and you get 20 points, or you're just nailing it and you don't know where it's come from.
Right. Well, we had, the last time we went, I took my kids a couple of weekends ago, and so we had one lane without the bumpers, one lane with the bumpers. So you take one game without, and then, when you need to feel good about yourself, you just hop over to the bumper lane, boop, 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 and then it knocks them all over. One of the things I noticed that you do on your Twitter, which I love, is you just, and I don't know if it's a ranking necessarily, but when you're tweeting out songs, and like you number a song, like 265, and then you tweet, is that just a song that you're...
That's a song a day that I'm doing. It also is on my Instagram. I put the cover of it, and it's just a song that pops into my head and I listen to, and I think that's a good song from this band. But I don't ever double bands up, so it has to be one song, one band.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. So you're not going to repeat, like you had Wolf Alice, I think, last week.
Yeah.
With their new track, so you're not going to...
Can't go back to them. That's done now.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That is challenging.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
There's a Spotify playlist with all of them on as well, if you want to.
Oh, I have.
You can see that.
Well, because I get excited when it's a song that I like. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, this is a good one. And most of the time, it's either something that I have or know, and then now it's to the point where if I don't know it, then I'm like, oh, I got to find out what the heck he's talking about.
Exactly.
Talk about your tour mates here, Queens of the Stone Age. How long have you known them? And I've read that there's been some drinking that's happened between the bands, so I guess you guys get along okay.
Yeah, so we've known Schumann, bass player, for probably the longest, because his other band, Mini Mansions, we toured together a lot. But yeah, this whole tour we've been... it's probably been like the first tour we've done opening up for another band where, like backstage or whatever, there's no such thing as dressing rooms really. Everyone's in and out of each other's, making each other drink tequila, and it's been very fun. And this is probably the most fun we've ever had on tour. It's just every night is wild and
chaotic.
It's inspiring for us to get to watch one of our favourite bands play, and get to drink with them, and the crowds for us as well have been amazing. It's like they completely get who we are and what we're doing, and the venues are full every night when we walk on. So it's a win-win.
It's a perfect fit.
We should just keep doing it. Mm-hmm. This could be like a. We could just stay in the same venue and just have a residency.
Very good. Very good. I mean, maybe so.
It could be a musical one.
Tourist attraction.
Yeah.
A musical even.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like musicals. Some folks don't, but I do. One last serious question, and then I'll let you guys go. So last record you guys toured, 2.5 years. It was nuts. Like every time that I saw another leg get announced or another tour that you were added to, I was like, I love these guys, but these poor guys my God, I can't imagine how bad you want to sleep in your bed. When you finally got home, what did you do?
Sleep.
Local places that are fantastic. And I'm here to tell you, man, handcrafted calzones from sauce on the side. They're fresh, they're locally made, and they're delicious. There's always going to be a monthly special. And so this month, they've been celebrating with the Don Carlazone. This is Joya's hot salami, pepperoni, capicola, fresh basil, rosemary, veggies, provolone, served with that balsamic ranch on the side. It's damn delicious, okay? The hot salami, the team up with Joya's is what makes it so cool, because you're essentially getting double teamed by a calzone with two local establishments. What else do you want for lunch or dinner? Now, of course, if you're vegetarian or you're looking for something in the gluten-free option, they have options available for you. You can customize any calzone to fit your needs, and that's what's so fantastic. They have the best service as well. They're going to be so nice to you. Great patio for beautiful days like today, stuff for the kids, and open 7 days a week. They even deliver. So you can enter promo code LEARN, get 10% off whenever you go to sauceontheside.com. And they've also teamed up with Jordan Bennington for a calzone for that guy. And if you're a Blues fan, you better be all over it. Sauce on the Side.
It's 105.7 The Point. Donnie Fandango backstage, way back Point Fest, Goldfinger, and we got everybody. How you guys doing? It's great to have you.
Woo! Thanks for having us.
Well, and well,
7 The Point. Happy birthday, Riz.
Welcome back to the Rizzuto Show. Riz will be back on Monday. He's just celebrating a birthday out on the coast, and not his birthday, but we can say it's his birthday. It'll be fine. We'll get to some emails here, and then into some sports. You can always email the show, rizshow@1057thepoint.com. Of course, watch us on the Point YouTube channel, on the Mick Ultra Studio Cams, live every single day. We are live now, and you'll be able to watch the show back as well. And, of course, download it wherever you download podcasts. Emails are brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. Let's talk a little bit about a weekend kind of thing. And I know there's a lot of people going to concerts and festivals, as the concert or the festival season kind of closes out. Here's one. Good morning, Lern and gentlemen.
Hi.
I was hoping to get some insider advice regarding music festivals. I'm taking my 16-year-old daughter to Vegas for the When We Were Young festival. My Chemical Romance is their all-time favorite band, and I'd love to find a way to make her experience as memorable as possible. Are there any tips that would increase her opportunity to interact or see the band other than when they are on stage? Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Tim.
Get a ladder.
Get a ladder.
Get a ladder.
Yeah, get a ladder.
I will tell you from personal experience, because I played that festival last year, their security is tight. It is gnarly.
Oh, yeah, especially in Vegas?
You ain't sneaking anywhere.
Is there any sponsors that did signings or anything last year? Because sometimes you could find, whenever I worked for Warped, we'd had Hasbro, and they would do signings every day with Paramore and all those groups.
Yeah, depending on the festival and how they set it up, and depending on the band, there are a lot of VIP opportunities. And with the festival, it usually goes through the festival. They'll have a booth there. If I remember right, last year they did have a booth, and they did have a signing schedule. I don't remember what that entailed. I don't know how you got the VIP packages. I'm assuming it's on the website. But almost every festival these days has that exact kind of opportunity. And it all started when Scott started doing it with those kind of companies back in the early 2000s.
It was fun.
But now, I mean, if you're going to a headlining show, almost all these bands, everybody that I know of, even like some of the country acts and all that kind of stuff, they're all doing VIP packages where you can, pay a little extra, you get in early, you meet the band, or maybe they'll perform acoustic or feed you or something, depending on what the package is.
And the cool thing is, with that many bands in Vegas that time, you could go to probably Hard Rock or anything after the show, and you're guaranteed to see some folks somewhere around there.
Also,
hanging out and partying.
I would suggest, my mom does this because she loves the Rolling Stones, and so she travels all over to see them. And what she would do, she knew where those bands would go. Like Mick Jagger always would go to a museum or go to see some art. So think about, like you said, My Chemical Romance is the band they're most excited about. What is Gerard Way into? Like if you were Gerard
Fountains
Way,
and Ferris wheels.
I would try to kind of get in the mind of the musicians you love and see they're going to have some off time at some point, and then stalk them at the different places that you think they may show up.
Yeah,
and you never know.
Yeah. That happens in Japan.
It's the best
everywhere. Even when we were
and Texas.
Yeah, even when we were just one and the same. when we were just starting out, like in Japan, they are professionals. They know your routing. They figure it out. They figure out, oh, well, to get to here, from here to here, they got to take this train. So a lot of times they would be on the trains with us.
Yeah.
And they'd have pictures from that morning of you in the hotel lobby,
right?
With them.
Yeah.
And then they'd have them printed out by the time you were on the train, and they'd ask you to sign it on the train, and then they'd be at the next show, and they'd be at the next VIP thing, and like
part of the fun.
Dude, they were amazing at tracking you down.
Yeah.
and it's a very regular part of the Japanese concert culture.
Eye-opening experience, because whenever we flew from Australia to Japan on the Taste of Chaos tour, we get off the airplane and the lobby in there was just packed with fans with cameras and all this stuff, getting the guys in the band and so excited. Like, this is, and then you'd see them the rest of the time. That was in southern Japan. You go all the way up to Tokyo, and it's basically the same group of people at every stop.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
People
They're
get
dedicated.
nicknames.
I'm not trying to make your kid into a stalker. I'm just saying maybe that's
Smart.
a way
It's a smart play.
to think about things. from
That
here on out.
festival, though, I've been kicked off stages in different parts of my career and whatever, but that When We Were Young festival in particular is very particular. And if you're not playing that stage, you're not allowed on that stage. So I got kicked off that stage a couple times backstage, and the only time that I was even able to go up there and see some of my friends playing, even though it's the stage right next to the one that I just played, I was with Tom DeLonge, and because nobody's going to stop Tom DeLonge, he's 6'6" or whatever, and it's freaking Tom from Blink. That was the only time I just sneaked up behind, kind of with him, where the guards couldn't see me. That's the only way I got on stage. So I guarantee you, you're not getting past security at When We Were Young. Don't be stalking anybody there.
No.
Let's go to food news now. Rafe, you just mentioned the dips in the E-memorium. Here's a couple people. I'll just read one of the emails, but we got 4 emails about this particular brand. Just wanted to state the best French onion dip out there is called Hell of a Good. Dip, the French onion dip from Hell of a Good. It's from upstate New York company. It's from Sodas, to be specific. And they were saying, I was hoping at least Riz had heard of it. But how can you not try this one? It's from upstate, probably found in Schnucks, the only place in the St. Louis area that I've seen carry Hell of a Good French onion dip.
Yeah.
I recommend trying if you haven't. By far the best. Hopeful future Team Riz member Brandon.
They have a few. I think they have Hell of a Good. I have some guac too,
Okay.
and I have bought them. I kind of remember not loving them.
Really?
I remember it being maybe like they were too thick.
I've never had
Like
it.
it wasn't creamy the way you know what I mean?
Like chunky?
Yeah, it was like chunky.
They kind of have wild flavors, too, though.
And I thought the flavor, but I mean, I could see people liking it. It seemed like it was very meaty. It's like very much centered around like men like meat in dips.
Oh, okay.
And I love that. But it was just like very chunky. Like it was very chocked full of stuff.
Marketed towards men after being called Hell of a?
Yeah, I think so.
I
It
wonder.
seemed like it was like definitely marketed towards like, let's look what their branding's like. 'Cause I wanted to say there was some other tagline on it.
Well, the next emailer, Deanna, says right next to all the Dean stuff is the brand new Daisy brand chips, and the list of ingredients are all things that you can pronounce, so you got to give that a try.
Whoa.
They said that's at Walmart, Schnucks, and Deerbergs.
All right.
Good job, Daisy.
So, yeah, that's your food emails. Not your food news, but your food emails. Let's go to sports. Lern,
Yeah.
I know that you live for this.
I do.
When Riz is out, she's always like, let me do sports, let me do sports, let me do sports, let me talk about sports.
Yes.
It's all yours.
You guys, sports is brought to you by 19 Crimes Snoop Dogg Smooth, a silky red blend wine to kick back, relax, and enjoy. We have so much to talk about. First of all, Jake Neighbors wins it for us for your St. Louis Blues in overtime last night. Awesome, right? These New York Islanders didn't stand a chance. This is the first win at home ice for the season, and the save of the game, it was Colton Parayko. This guy, incredible save. Philip Broberg, he came to St. Louis and get this, immediately set a franchise record for the longest point streak by a Blues defenseman to begin their career in St. Louis. Incredible. The next Blues game is tomorrow at 6 at the Enterprise Center, and we're going to be hosting them hoes, those Carolina Hurricanes. In baseball, you guys, last night, did anybody happen to watch the Guardians' David Fry?
Wowie, wowie.
With his walk-off homer. I have never been more sexually aroused watching a baseball game than when I was last night.
Whoa.
First of all, it was tied up. This was a tied game. The boners were large. I didn't know who I knew who David Freese was. I didn't know who David Fry was. Guys, he slammed this ball into the outer space of the crowd, and he didn't even start running. He just watched that damn thing get out of the park, slow-moed it to first, knew what was happening, and took a nice little turn around the bases. I was hot. It was cool.
That's what Polo said to me. He sent me a text about that.
They beat the Yankees, okay, Scott? The ALCS Game 3.
Yeah.
They beat them.
That was impressive.
Incredible.
Good
Cleveland,
job, boys.
They turned things around late to win in extra innings on Thursday.
Comebacker.
Also in baseball, with the 2 New York teams and 1 Los Angeles team still in play for the World Series berth, Major League Baseball is enjoying some really big ratings numbers, and that's because Shohei Ohtani is still playing. The ratings in Japan are massive. For example, Game 5 of the National League Division Series between the Dodgers and Padres played last week drew an average audience of Japan 12.9 million viewers, which is wild. The most to ever watch a playoff game ever in Japan. If the Dodgers and Ohtani reach the World Series, we can expect those numbers to get even bigger.
13 mil.
Let's move to hoops. Subscribers of the NBA League Pass this season, you better be ready to overdose on games because you guys... The NBA app has updated with a few new features. One of them is called Multiview, where fans can watch 4 games at the same damn time on their TV, tablet, or phone. Fans will also be able to listen to alternate language calls like Polo Asensio, if they so wish, even though he doesn't do the NBA, but I imagine they have a Spanish broadcaster. Portuguese and Korean languages also available.
Nice.
Incredible. Let's talk about what happened last night. The Broncos versus the Saints. As of right now in our NFL Pick'em challenges, we are tied up with the fast lane.
Yay!
Listen,
That's
not
bad.
great.
So most of us had the Broncos. Moon and Marsh had the Saints. So we're tied up. I don't know how much that is, but we're tied up.
Well, who won the game? I didn't even see.
The Broncos.
God.
So,
All right.
Anyway,
Cowabunga.
we're killing it. I think we can win this week. It's week 7 for the NFL. Hey, you don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Anyway, that is your sports. I'm the sports director, and this is the Rizzuto Show.
My bookie and me. Sweet. It is 9:30. We'll get to some food news after this. Learn one final look at your traffic and weather.
And it's brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. I got nothing. You're excellent drivers today. Congratulations. Your weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning. More reliable than your St. Louis weather. 72 today as the high. Sunny and gorgeous all weekend. Perfect fall bonfire weather. Right now it is 46 out there at 9:30.
All right, guys, welcome back to the farm. So it's a Sunday, and we got a whole crew here doing stuff. We're going to work in the field today. So this will be the final episode of the farm series for now, but I'm sure we'll return back to the farm at some point. So I'm going to show you what's going on here, the progress of the plants, how those elderberries are looking, and we'll look inside the house, and I'll tell you about some future projects we got coming up here. And there's our tractor, courtesy of Herb Equipment, the Captain Riz tractor. We're moving some poles. Poles. All right, so behind me is another barn. This is a future project that we're going to do. So we're going to turn this barn into a greenhouse. So come on, let me show you what's going on inside. So this is where the old owner, I guess, stored some of his tractors, some of his big carts for the field. So eventually, what we're going to do is we're going to take the sides off and kind of renovate this structure and make it a greenhouse, so we could start cultivating our own elderberry brands and maybe start selling what they call the cuttings. Right now, this is home to many a groundhog. All right, we're out here in the big field, and I am going to show you the progress of some of these elderberry plants. So you saw at the beginning, pretty much nothing. And it's a couple months later, and I'll show you what these elderberry plants look like. Look at that. Mulch is down. Plants are looking good. You know, you'll see a weed every once in a while, but we gotta pull those. But these plants are looking sweet. There's my partner in crime, Cat the dog. Hi, Cat. Let's go.
Cat is the consummate farm dog. And there's new dog. Come on, Maggie, Cat, let's go. So I'm not sure if we're going to get a very good crop this year, but this is basically laying the foundation down for years to come. First year being a farmer. So it's been almost 2 straight months of mulching. We're not even all the way done. See some of these rows? They still need to be done. Still need to be mulched. We've been taking down fences, trying to clear stuff out. So there's a whole nother area that we haven't even touched yet. All stuff beyond that fence right there. Basically untouched, but I guess we'll talk about that next time. We're talking about future projects. Check this out behind me. There's the house the old man used to live in. So we're not sure what we're gonna do with it yet. It's got no running water, no plumbing. Pretty much uninhabitable. Still a cool building, been here a long time. So we gotta figure out what to do with it. Here's one thing we're gonna keep. Just a random, in the middle of nowhere, dinner bell. So there's one more building I wanna show you guys. This is behind me, the calf birthing barn. So let's go, we're gonna open it up and hopefully not get stung by a wasp. So it's a little dark in here, so hopefully you guys can see what's going on, but take a look inside there. So there's stalls on the left and right, and the calves would be born in here. And if you could see on the trusses over here, a lot of wasp nests. So I don't know if I want to go in there, but of course you got to keep your equipment clean, so I got to give the old John Deere tractor a shower. All right, so that's it. You've seen most of the farm. There's a lot of work still to do, and there's still a lot more to show you guys, but maybe the next series of videos. Big thanks to Herb Equipment, big thanks to Colonel Landscaping, and we'll see you guys next time on the farm. Thank you.
This is Rizzuto. Not only is he rich, but he also has a lot of money. And he's looking to invest in the next big idea.
Hi, my name is Riz, and I have a lot of money. I mean, almost too much money. So I'm looking to invest, and I've asked the fellas to come on down to my office and pitch me their ideas. Do they have what it takes to be in the biz?
Meet King Scott. By day, he's the producer of the #1 morning show in St. Louis. But by night, he's not at work anymore. Interesting. He says that despite all of his shortcomings, his one long coming is his knack for decent ideas.
Hello, I'm King Scott, and I'm here to pitch my business idea to Riz, and I know he will definitely invest in this. It's a revolutionary business idea. It's going to change the world over, and I definitely have what it takes to be in the biz. Sorry. Hey.
Take a seat.
Hello there.
All right, yeah, make sure you speak into the microphone.
All right, yeah, I definitely will. Can I move the mic a little bit?
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, hi, I'm King Scott. I'm so honored to be on RizViz. I mean, a big fan, love the show. Hi, Gary. Anyways, I got a lot, great, I got a really wonderful item, and you complain, almost the biggest complaint I think in your life is your chair. And I actually did a study recently with the Pew Research Center, because that's all they do is chair research, that college or high school students, their #1 complaint in at school that's holding them back is chairs. And that's why I'm going to show you something that's going to revolutionize everything. And it's making the most comfortable thing mobile. And I'm pretty excited to show you what I have. It's the Rizzuto
Credit Union. You know those hollow weirdo stickers? I'm holding them right now. You can get them at all 14 area Together credit unions. They're helping us raise money for Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. You just donate $1, you get one of those stickers. Again, any of the branches. There's 14 of them. Stop by at Together Credit Union today and pick up your hollow weirdo sticker. Only costs $1. That donation goes straight to help children walk through those hospital doors, come out even healthier over at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. You know, and they just partnered with the zoo too. And today, Together Credit Union will be down at the zoo doing some special stuff because they just launched this incredible St. Louis Zoo debit card available exclusively at Together Credit Union. They will have some of the hollow weirdo stickers down there too. So go down, check out the animals, see all the amazingness that we're always talking about at the St. Louis Zoo, and check out the St. Louis Zoo debit card, which rounds up the change from your transactions and donates the money to the St. Louis Zoo. All Together Credit Union members with a St. Louis Zoo debit card will receive an exclusive membership to the St. Louis Zoo as well. It comes with so much. Together Credit Union is always out and about in our community doing incredible things and incredible partnerships with our community, including this latest one with the St. Louis Zoo and us and Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. Stop by any of those 14 area locations. Become a member today. Drop $1 and get a hollow weirdo sticker. TogetherCU.org.
Some all day, yeah. Cause when you get some, that's a tough day. Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, Riz, you bitch.
Welcome back to the Rizzuto Show. We'll get into some food news, although I can't find the food news button, so I'm just going to fire that.
Fire in the hole. Here we go.
Hey, food.
Well, depends on the food we're eating. This will work out perfect.
Oh, yeah. Let's do some food.
Well, check this out. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
Food.
The folks at Butterball have done it. The question is, how does this thing taste? Butterball unveiled a new turkey for Thanksgiving that you don't have to thaw. You take it straight out of the freezer, pop it in the oven. It's called Butterball Cook from Frozen. They literally went literal with the name. It's meant to avoid the common disaster where you realize that you forgot to thaw the turkey out many, many hours or days in advance. It can take up to 3 days or more in the fridge. They say that it's also great for people who don't like touching raw meat. You know, like touching a raw bird and putting it in the thing.
Yeah.
There's no neck or giblets. And it comes pre-brined, so you don't have to do anything except for brush some oil on it. The directions literally say unwrap and cook. Average cook time for this thing is 5 hours, so not that much longer than a normal turkey. They say it's possible because of a specially formulated brine, and they claim it comes out just as juicy, tender, and flavorful as a normal turkey does. Downside is you cannot stuff it.
Oh.
You have to make the stuffing separately. If you're buying this turkey, let's be honest, you're making stovetop anyway.
It sounds like a product Clark Griswold would be making in his fictitious job.
Yep.
Like, I made a new turkey varnish. It's a very specialized chemical brine that you can cook a turkey straight from frozen. It just sounds like a made-up thing.
It does. Sounds like, I mean, if it works, this solves a lot of trouble, I suppose.
Yeah. The thawing of the turkey always sucks because it gets smelly.
This is going to be one of those things that doesn't sell until the day before.
Oh, for sure.
And people are like, oh, God, I forgot. I got to go get the thawless or, whatever they're calling it. The don't thaw turkey. This feels like a battle won for the common junk food fan. I, for one, am a fan of chips. They're one of my drugs. I like chips. I'm addicted. I have a problem. You guys know. I've eaten many a garden salsa bags for breakfast.
Mm-hmm. You're a chip head.
Yep.
I like the TV show.
Are we still losing the war, though? Frito-Lay adding 20% more chips to some of its bags after years of complaints of shrinkflation. In 2021, a study found that one version of Tostitos had dropped from 13 ounces a bag to 11 ounces. Another dropped from 12 to 11. And there were similar issues with Ruffles, which are also Frito-Lay. They revealed the plan to add more chips in their quarterly earnings call. They used the term bonus bags. Bonus bags. It's not happening with all their products. It sounds like it just might happen with their jumbo-sized bags, and it's only for a few products that are popular with football fans. Tostitos, Ruffles, Doritos were all mentioned by name. They're also selling the new bonus bags at selected locations. No word on which ones yet. Some of their variety packs are getting bigger, too. Ones that normally have 16 bags will now have 18.
Whoa.
How neat is that? This is an important question. How long can you leave pizza out?
We talked about this last year, I think.
Scientifically tested now.
Couple of hours, right?
All night.
Well, a simple experiment conducted the test of
All of
safety. Yeah, of leaving pizza out at room temperature for extended periods. 3 identical pepperoni pizzas were baked and then handled in different ways. Pizza A placed in the refrigerator immediately after being cut. Pizza B handled normally, then refrigerated after 2 hours of sitting out. And Pizza C was handled normally and then left out on the counter. After 6 hours, all 3 pizzas were cultured to determine microbial growth. The results, Pizza A had the lowest, obviously, showing that refrigeration does significantly reduce contamination. Pizza B, slightly higher count, demonstrating the handling increases the risk of contamination, even if refrigerated promptly. And then Pizza C had the highest, obviously, highlighting the danger of leaving pizza unrefrigerated for extended periods. While the microbial levels found in Pizza C were still relatively low. It's essential to remember that individual sensitivities and tolerance to foodborne illnesses can vary and obviously are a huge component of this, as are your toppings. But 6 hours, and they weren't super concerned.
That's good.
It's a health food. It really is.
I've eaten way beyond that.
Oh, me too. It'll wake up in the morning, you're like,
Way, yes. I've done them next day. Drunken wake up where I'm like, oh, thank God.
I'll be fully
pizza left from last night. It's been sitting there on the top of the stove.
I'll be fully honest. Depending on what it is, I have eaten pizza that's in this kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
What that means is
You don't know.
That you
it
are
could have come out last
a
night.
savage.
It could have been there at 10:10
Yeah.
yesterday afternoon or yesterday morning.
I assume 30 seconds in the microwave cooks all microbes off.
yeah, it does.
That's what I tell myself, and I'm still alive. So
I'm a beast, man. I've eaten the pizza from the kitchen from overnight, but I also had remember that weird movie that was terrible. I think that they were doing so much promotion for with Bill Murray.
Schindler's List.
The cake? You're talking about the cake we got at MS.
I ate that cake.
Me
dude.
too.
The day after?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not the only crazy person.
Here at Hubbard, I have not done the day-old food that's been in the break room, but something about back in the day at Emmis at
Because the
Union
kitchen was
Station-
dirtier.
Yeah, the kitchen was terrifying. But if there was cake, and it always was just sweets. I never did anything savory, but if
Right.
there was cake that was out for like 24-hour hard cake, I'm down.
Rock the
At 6 in the
Casbah?
morning. Yes.
Was that what it was?
Rock the Casbah.
Yeah, and
Terrible
it was
movie.
one of those like promo cakes too. So it was a pile of crap. It was just nothing but chemicals.
And
which-
somebody had eaten Bill Murray's face out first.
Uh-huh.
Somebody cut his face out and ate his face.
Well, that might have been me.
Okay, well.
Did that the next morning. But it had one of those like digitally printed fondant looking things on the top. It was just
I
straight
can
plastic.
see the cake in my head.
Yeah.
I still
it was
want
delicious.
I ate it, and now Lern did too.
Nice.
I feel so much better.
I honestly believe that if with pizza, I believe wholeheartedly, with no scientific proof to back this statement up, that the yeast component of the bread, the meat sitting out and getting whatever component of scum is on that, and the cheese microbes all cancel each other out, and the pizza's good indefinitely.
Yeah, they kill themselves,
That's what
not
I
you.
think. I think they fight and they all kill each other, and I could just eat that pizza days and days,
It's
maybe
not
even years.
a bad hypothesis, honestly.
I totally agree, and I think that's fact.
Thank you. Let's put it in the Riz Book of Facts.
That's right. That'll be in the Riz cookbook. Make this pizza, eat it whenever.
Wait.
Whenever.
All right, we'll take one more break and we'll come back and wrap it up.
So here we are, way back Point Fest. Goldfinger, everybody.
Shaka.
Yes. Yes. And so here's the thing, okay? John, first thing first. Seen the band a million times. Phenomenal band. you've changed members here, but now you've got a goddamn all-star team going on with our buddy Mike, and then we've got Phil here and Moon, and it's just
Phil and Moon.
It's funny. He's never called me that.
I've never
Never
called
once.
you that ever. And I'm sorry, but that was the first thing that popped into my head.
Moon was telling me because I've known Moon a long time, and I've watched him transition into this amazing frontman of Greek Fire. It's just an incredible transformation that we've made from when I first met him with this like afro out to here, and just like this kid straight out of college. Did you go to college?
No, I did not go to college.
This kid straight out of high school. Like, did you go to high school?
I did go to high school. I even finished with a kid.
Okay.
Well, it's really
Me
great
too.
to have you guys. But how does Mike get in the equation? How does Moon get in the equation? Like, how do you decide these guys? Because I know you obviously with the work you do as a producer, there's tons of musicians everywhere that you can get to be a part of Goldfinger.
I think the first time Goldfinger played with MXPX was probably 1996 up in Seattle.
Yeah.
Radio show.
Yeah, radio
and
show.
I remember same thing. I mean, Mike was a teenager when I first saw him play, whenever that was, and I've known him for forever and ever and ever. And I watched MXPX grow from like an opening band into like headlining bigger than Goldfinger. It was like amazing watching. Look at this guy. I mean, he's such a handsome guy, great songwriter, great voice, great bass player, everything. And so when we just started talking one day, when Kelly joined Buck Cherry, it was sort of like I had tours booked, and I'm like, who would be my first choice?
Right.
Mike Carrera would be choice one. And I called him, and it all worked. And here we are.
How about that?
Here we are. Still doing it.
Woo!
Great new record, by the way.
And it is. The knife is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I told Moon this, like, I don't buy CDs anymore. I'm a download vinyl guy. But I was buying something at the record store, and they had the knife, like, right there at the display. And I was like, well, I got to get this. And it's fantastic. It's everything that I want in a Goldfinger record,
Thank
man.
you. How do you download vinyl, by the way?
I don't download vinyl.
I just want to know, because if there's some new
backslash.
technology
Download
on the
and
radio that
vinyl.
you know about, I need to learn.
Well, it's good to know that I'm getting crap from you after just meeting you for the first time. That's fantastic. But you know what I mean? Like I don't really buy the records anymore, but I really wanted to hear it. And Put the Knife Away is such a great song. And so talk about the Goldfinger record and how that works these days. I mean, obviously a gigantic chunk of these ideas are yours, but talk about how Mike and Moon weigh in and make it the Goldfinger record all together.
I had a lot of the ideas kind of mapped out. Travis Barker played on the record, who's my neighbor. So I kind of had the song, the bulk of the songs kind of done. And then these guys came in when we were rehearsing for that 1 week of LA shows when we played with Travis. And I basically said, whatever you want to do, play your own parts, write your own guitar parts and everything. And they just kind of played on top of Travis's beats that already existed. I had most of my vocals done. Mike sang on probably half the record and Moon sang on the other half. And so I felt like it was a conglomeration of all of us.
Yeah.
But it was a long, I took 2 years to write this album. So Am I Deaf is probably more like 6 years old. And that was the oldest song. Because, it's been 10 years since we put out a record.
We played that song live, I think, 3 years ago. So
that's amazing how that comes together. I don't want my band to release an album every year. I want them to release them whenever they've got the best 12 or 13 or 14 or whatever that case may be. So if it's got to be another 2 years, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you.
Like, you need my approval.
Well,
but,
no, but thank you. But I think that perspective gives you so much. And like, I'm now older than I was 10 years ago. And I know what Goldfinger is more now than I did 20 years ago.
Sure.
We had sort of growing pains. Our first record was a very ska punk album. Second album was like this kind of Beach Boys venture. Hang-Ups was kind of all over the place. I love the album, but now I really understand what works live after touring for 24 years, what kids want to see. And I feel like we put together there's fast punk, there's ska songs, there's reggae songs.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Did you ever think there would be a time in your life that you would be joining this band?
No, man. No, I was just happy the first time that we opened for Goldfinger in like 2003 or 2 or whatever. When I was like, damn, I came home, I was like, I played with Goldfinger once. And then it happened again. And then it happened for a couple tours. And then John did our record. And it was like, just milestone after milestone that I never expected. So it's not even like hitting goals, because those aren't goals that you think are obtainable. I never thought like, man, someday I want to play guitar for that band. That never crossed my mind, so it's a dream come true for me, man.
Do you know I really legitimately now feel bad about calling him Phil 2 times in the interview?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
You're going to get it later.
Like, it's setting in how much. And what another thing that's fascinating is, John, you're always doing the producer stuff. Mike, you still have MXPX full on kicking. Greek Fire is a big entity as well.
New Story of the Year record, too.
New Story of the Year record as well. Like, you guys are always having your hands in something, and I'm amazed by the creativity in which that you can dole out for Goldfinger and dole out for it's just unbelievable to me, the talent that you guys possess.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm so honored to have these guys. I remember when Phil joined Story of the Year halfway through album 1 when I was producing the record. You know, they were Big Blue Monkey back in the day when I first, like, it gave me a VHS cassette of all this jackass moments.
It got thrown on the bus.
All that, yeah.
Right.
That's exactly how
Right here at this venue.
Right here, yeah. That's how I met the guys. And so we kind of had half the record done, and then Phil came in, and I'd never met Phil, and all of a sudden, like, he starts singing these harmonies, and he came in with the song Sidewalk.
And systems, I love Woods Basement Systems, and you will love them too. Get a special offer right now at moonloveswoods.com. Moonloveswoods.com. That is the place to go for Woods Basement Systems and a special deal. Let their family serve yours. They are the all things basementy experts and have been in our area since 1986. They've been serving the greater St. Louis area and Springfield and everywhere nearby. Let them do anything and everything that needs to be done in your basement. Foundation repair, waterproofing, crawl space repair, and more. And you know, they're the local experts with more than just that as well. Of course, they're the all things basementy experts, but I had them fix a sinking concrete slab. And if they can raise a highway slab, they can fix your sinking driveway or your sinking front porch, like my front porch. Thing was completely being taken back over from the earth, but Woods was able to step in and do it the right way. They not only concrete leveled, they installed piers under it, so I don't have to worry about the thing anymore. That is such a beautiful thing. Out of my mind, out of my worries now, and boy, am I so thankful to Woods Basement Systems. Check them out. See what they can do for your home. It is your biggest investment, so you go with the best. The all things basementy experts, Woods Basement Systems. Check out that special deal at moonloveswoods.com. That's moonloveswoods.com.
Dude, this sucks. Hey, welcome back to the farm. So a couple weeks ago, a storm blew through and knocked a big-ass tree down. So I got a tree that I need.
The Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Riz!
All right, that is it for us. Riz will be back on Monday. We're going to have a great weekend. The weather's going to be incredible. Before we go, though, don't forget to check out the clip of the day on all of our socials at RIZZ Show, brought to you by Michael's Flooring. And we have to shout out the hats of the day who have helped make an incredible difference with Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, the beneficiary of the Riz October, month of giving, month of greatness. And today I have Accredited Roofing on my head. Big thanks to Accredited Roofing, building trust with every roof, excellence, authenticity, and community at the heart of every project. Contact Accredited Roofing today at 618-616-7515. Scott, what are you wearing?
Ives Towing, 24/7 tow truck service in the southern St. Louis metro area. Emergency towing services and roadside assistance. Call 636-942-9989.
Lern, what's that cool hat say?
By State Fire Protection Corporation, protecting lives, safeguarding futures, our fire protection promise.
Oh.
Rafe is going to go out hunting in that hat. It's orange and gray.
You'll see me, EcoFlow Gutter Solutions. Made sure of that. Reliable gutter solutions for every home, providing top-notch gutter installation, repair, and cleaning to protect your home from water damage. 618-866-5484 or go on ecoflowguttersolutions.com.
Awesome. Thanks for being with us today on the Mick Ultra Studio Cams on the YouTube channel. As always, you can check out the podcast if you missed anything. What else we got going on this weekend, guys? Anything?
Well, you want the title?
Tell us the podcast
All right.
title, please.
Originally, I had Riz, because you said this, Riz Book of Facts, but I decided to go with Simba, the loyal keeper of the fence.
That's right.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Simba.
Our boy.
Love to you and Tina.
Yeah. Well, I want to say that I'll be celebrating my wife's birthday today, all day.
At Victory Men's Health.
At Victory Men's Health and all over town. And yeah, happy birthday, Allison. And you could follow me at King Scott Rules. And you guys have a beautiful weekend.
Thanks.
You too. I too forgot a birthday today. My son-in-law, Dennis.
Oh my goodness. Both of you. Dennis, if you need a new father-in-law, I am here.
Yeah, sorry about that. Happy birthday, Dennis. You guys have a big weekend, right? Tomorrow you're going to be out and about?
Yes, tomorrow join me in Fairview Heights from noon until 2 at Gabe's grand opening. This is a new department store that you can come and save some money and get stuff for the whole family. Noon to 2, sign the billboard, raise money for Cardinal Glennon. I'd really appreciate it. And then tomorrow night, I will be in Washington, Missouri with my band Lee Narrows playing classic rock covers at the Alley. We go on at 8, so come on out and see us. And if you need any of this info, follow me on the socials at Lern versus Radio. Thanks.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
got?
I will be from 4 to 6. After you go see Lern, come sign it again. Come over to Oktoberfest. Double sign the billboard if you want to. That'll be in Westport. We raise the money for Cardinal Glennon. And then next Friday, I will be at Vices and Redbud. The show is almost sold out, but there are a few tickets left. I'm going to be doing stand-up I was supposed to do in May when I got whatever alien virus almost killed me in May. I'm doing my makeup show, and I'll be there. So if you missed it in May, come out this weekend to Redbud. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. And go see Lern in Washington. But you have to do one or the other, or else you're not really a fan.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, thank you guys so much. Fun show today. You guys take care of yourselves out there this weekend. Be safe. We will leave you with Team Riz member of the day, brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Score $1 Hot Shots tacos when the Blues score 5 or more goals this year. Get in the game at hotshotsnet.com/blues. Sarah Kelly from Waterloo, Illinois, wanted to hear this song.
I love it.
It's a banger.
We'll use the goose to take us into the weekend. We'll see you Monday. Energy up.
Bye.